down. I say a very good evening and welcome to the program. Akiwa níbi gbogbo tí ẹ bá ti ń darapọ̀ mọ́ wa pé ẹ káalẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká tún educate ara wa lálẹ́ yìí. Ẹ wo àkọlé ètò ti alẹ́ yìí ẹ jẹ́ ká tún fi educate ara wa. Orúkọ tèmi ni Ọláyọmí Kóìkì tí gbogbo yín mọ̀ sí KOKIMEdia. Ìlú kan wà tá à ń pè ní Tuvalu, gbogbo population wọn ju 12,000 lọ àmọ́ orílẹ̀-èdè ni. Ṣé bí wọ́n ló gbé àwọn ebèrè òdìjà? Ìbéèrè tí mo wá ń béèrè ni pé tí ìlú kan bá wà tí gbogbo population wọn bá jẹ́ 12,000 kí ló ṣe tí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá náà lè dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè? Bàbá mi dìde jọ̀wọ́ jẹ́ rí ara rẹ̀. Èmi ò mọ̀ lọ́wọ́ aráyé. Kí gbogbo àwọn tó ń darí ètò ní gbogbo platform pátápátá pé ẹ káàbọ̀ ẹ káalẹ́, welcome to the program. Mi ò sọ nípa orílẹ̀-èdè yóò sọ̀rọ̀ ohun tí mo fẹ́ ni mo fẹ́ èmi fún mi. Èní ni 27th of September 2022 aago 9:00 òun ló fi lọ lù. Ìrà orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá èmi yóò polongo fáráyé èmi yóò polongo orílẹ̀-èdè mi. Ìbá mi sọ̀rọ̀ ìtùnú sílẹ̀ Yorùbá èmi mo fẹ́ o. Àní ọmọlẹ́dẹ̀ jẹ́ omi rọ̀ ọmọ olówó ayé ṣàmì ọmọ aláṣẹ. Once again, I welcome you as you're settling into the conversation. And I say good evening and welcome. Wow, a very beautiful evening as we are going to educate ourselves tonight. Mo kí gbogbo wa níbikíbi tí ẹ bá ti ń láǹfààní tí ẹ ti ń darapọ̀ mọ́ mi. In the last 48 hours, I've just gone back to the drawing board, looking at countries around the world that are also independent. Tí ẹ bá ń gbọ́ mi dáadáa, ẹ jẹ́ ká mọ̀. Mo kí gbogbo yín níbikíbi tí ẹ bá ti ń darapọ̀ tí ẹ ti ń wò wá. I can monitor my screen. I have multiple screens, so I can read the comments, but I will not read them yet. Tí ẹ bá ń gbọ́ wa dáadáa, ẹ jẹ́ ká mọ̀ ká tó wọnú agbami ètò lọ. Aago 9:00 àbọ̀ ló fẹ́ lọ lù. Loud and clear. Thank you so much, Mr. Damilare, on the YouTube. We're live on Instagram. Tí bá ń lọ́rùn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, mo fẹ́ mọ tó ń lọ lórí Instagram mi. Mo kí gbogbo yín lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí pé ẹ káalẹ́. Orúkọ mi ni Ọláyọmí Kóìkì tí gbogbo yín mọ̀ sí koikimedia. And this is where we educate. A máa sọ oríṣiríṣi àwọn nǹkan tí ẹ gbọ́ rí, àwọn nǹkan tí ẹ rí rí, àti àwọn ìlú tí ó likely pé ẹ lè má bá wọn pàdé rí. Kí ló ń pè ní self-determination? Àti pé tí a bá ń sọ pé a fẹ́ dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè, to have our own nation, do we have countries that also have nations? Oh yes, we have a lot of them. I think from what I have, we have about roughly 195 countries around the world today. 195 countries that are operating not literally pé gbogbo wọn ló máa nífẹ̀ẹ́ ara wọn. Bí a bá ń dúró pé àwọn ìlú kan máa nífẹ̀ẹ́ àwa náà nígbà tí a bá fẹ́ dá dúró, kódà nígbà tó bá tẹ̀ jẹ́ pé gbogbo ẹ̀ bá lọ ní bí a ṣe fẹ́. Ẹ má bínú, we have one more platform to start, which is the Instagram on Olayomi Koiki. We are live on Twitter. And I haven't put a time clock on the conversation, so unlikely we can push a little bit or we can slow it down and then continue níjọ́ mi. Mo fẹ́ kẹ́ máa wo àwòrán ìlú tí mo fi wọ̀n wá ní background yẹn. A máa sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí ní àṣálẹ́ yìí. Mo ń kọ́kọ́ kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin ìyá wa, ẹ̀yin bàbá wa. Àmọ́ ká tó wọnú ètò, a dúpẹ́ fún Ọlọ́run Ọba. Whether you are a Christian, Muslim, or you are just our beautiful traditionalist, that is what you believe in. Kò ń ṣe torí ìjà ẹ̀sìn ni a ṣe ń jà ìjà tí ó wà níwájú wa. À ń jà nítorí pé a fẹ́ jẹ́ kí ìran wa kó parẹ́. A fẹ́ jẹ́ kí ìran wa kó wà forever. And the journey begins from here. Kò wá ń ṣe pé journey yẹn ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀. Journey yẹn ti wà tipẹ́tipẹ́. Nítorí pé kingdom ni àwa náà ń jẹ́ kó tó di pé a ní problem. Kí ni problem ta ní? Kò ń ṣe pé torí ẹ̀sìn, but problem ta ní ni pé àwọn ẹ̀yà kan dé, wọ́n dẹ̀ dá gbogbo ẹ̀rú. Àdí tí a dẹ̀ ṣe ń sọ pé tí a bá gbé yẹ̀wò, tí a jù sósì, tí a jù sọ́tún, a rí pé kò sí ìlú tí ó disagree pẹ̀lú wa. Àmọ́ in tí àwọn ìlú ń sọ ni pé nígbà tí a ti ní independent ara wa, kí la tún fẹ́ káwọn tún ṣe fún wa. And mo láǹfààní tó pọ̀ nítorí pé àwọn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn èèyàn tí tó bá ń ṣe oríṣiríṣi communication, wọ́n máa ń share pẹ̀lú mi. Mo máa ka communication kan tí ó tẹ̀ mí lọ́wọ́ láti ìkànnú àwọn èèyàn wa tó jẹ́ àwọn ọmọlúàbí àtàtà. Àwọn ọmọlúàbí àtàtà yẹn, in tó fi ránṣẹ́ sí mi ni pé lẹ́tà tí wọ́n kọ sí UK government, wọ́n fún mi ní copy. A ní lè dárúkọ ẹni náà, but I can share the content with us tonight. Mo kàn fẹ́ jẹ́ kí a máa ronú, ká máa rò pé tá bá ní a fẹ́ dá dúró, àwa ń bá àwọn ìlú kan sọ̀rọ̀, ǹjẹ́ wọ́n máa gbọ́ wa? In tó máa sọ fún wa ni pé a ti gba independent gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè tí à ń pè ní Nigeria, which is this country tí ó wà ní background. But in tí wọn ò ní sọ fún wa ni pé kí a lọ ṣe in táwa fẹ́ gangan. Kí ni táwa wá fẹ́ gangan yẹn? Òun ni pé a fẹ́ dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè. A fẹ́ wà nínú èyí tí wọ́n fún wa tí à ń lò lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nísìn tí à ń pè ní Nigeria. Because Nigeria náà ti wà tipẹ́. Tí àwọn òyìnbó aláwọ̀ funfun bá máa sọ fún wa, wọ́n á sọ fún wa pé Nigeria tẹ́ ń sọ pé ẹ̀fẹ́ yẹn ó ti wà tipẹ́, kò ń ṣe pé nísìnyí. Kí ló wá dé tẹ ní ẹ̀fẹ́ Nigeria, ẹ̀yin ará Nigeria? Àwa dẹ̀ máa sọ fún wọn pé ìdí tá a ṣe fẹ́ Nigeria ni pé Nigeria ò wúlò fún wa nítorí pé a kì í ṣe Nigeria. But ǹjẹ́ àwọn ìlú yẹn máa agree pẹ̀lú wa? Òun ni àwọn èèyàn ṣe ń sọ pé tá bá ṣe recognition tí wọ́n mọ̀ wá gẹ́gẹ́ bí a ti ṣe wà tẹ́lẹ̀, we will likely be, able to now tell them to accept us in the community around the world gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìlú. Ẹ má bínú, mo ń try láti gbé image méjì wá simultaneously ni. So bear with me while I'm trying to do so. Once again, my name is Olayomi Koiki, and I'm going to educate us tonight. Ẹ mọ àwọn nǹkan tí ẹ tí mọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ rí. Ó dẹ̀ likely pé káwọn kan ti mọ̀ rí, but kò ń ṣe gbogbo èèyàn ló máa láǹfààní àti mọ̀. so èyí tí a fẹ́ fi kọ́ra wa ní alẹ́ yìí èmi náà ṣe bá pàdé ni torí ẹlòmíà máa ní bọ̀bọ̀ Koiki yìí gbogbo nǹkan ló mọ̀ irọ́ it doesn't work like that it's part of research work by just doing Google search nothing big nothing I mean that's the beauty of technology tó bá ti mọ tó ń wá and technology yẹn ni wọ́n ọ̀dẹ̀ jẹ́ kó ṣiṣẹ́ fáwọn èèyàn wa nílé tí wọ́n mọ̀ debar from not allowing it to work and I think I have what I'm looking for okay ibi tí mo fẹ́ gbé sí yẹn. Once again, my name is OLAMILEKAN and known as koikimedia. We are going to learn a lot tonight, and you will have opportunity, to call later on. But when I open the phone line, we stick to the conversation. As long as we agree to that, the background I'm looking for. That's strange. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Okay, why is it let's do something. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa. Okay. Ẹ má bínú ẹ mọ̀ pé tó bá ti jẹ́ pé àwa nìkan ni à ń ṣiṣẹ́ yìí. Mo fẹ́ ká máa wo ìlú tí mo fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí ká jọ máa tún wò léraléra. But there's something that is not working as I want it. All right, let's do something first. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n kọ́kọ́ copy ẹ̀ wá báyìí. A lè manage ẹ̀ báyìí. Wọ́n ń pèlú kan ní Tuvalu. Ìlú yẹn lẹ̀ ń wò yìí. And I want us to see this country that is a country. Gbogbo population wọn ju 12,000 lọ. Ẹ máa pé Mr. Koiki bolo ìrànbọ̀ yìí bolo tó ti lọ mílè jáde 12,000 bíi ti báwo Koiki ó máa ń fọ́ nìkan ṣá ìlú kan adé jẹ́ 12,000 adé wà lórí ilẹ̀ ayé yìí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni 12,000 ní gbogbo population wọn ìlú dẹ̀ ni wọ́n orí ilẹ̀ ayé yìí náà dẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ and they are doing their own thing. All right, ẹ máa kí n jẹ́ kí èèyàn kó stress wa. My manage portal kan. But let's do it this way. It would be nice to have the two running together. No, okay, I think I should be able to do it this way. Okay. So àgbé Nigeria sókè. So Nigeria máa wà lókè. Ẹ mọ̀ pé ìlú tó dá ní Nigeria. Parents, listen to your mother. Okay, now we have the two countries. Tá fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ ní lórí lálẹ́. Mo kí gbogbo yín lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin bàbá wa. Tí bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń dárúkọ nísìn, orúkọ yẹn lè máa pọ̀. So mo kó gbogbo yín papọ̀. Mo kí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi àti ìyá mi, ẹ̀yin bàbá wa. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹni Yorùbá ni kó dá dúró pé ìta ṣe pẹ̀lú Nàìjíríà ó tó gẹ́. Ká tó wọnú ètò yẹn lọ ǹjẹ́ gbogbo wa mọ̀ pé ọjọ́ mẹ́ta ló kù tí lẹ́tà yìí máa fi expire èèyàn mélòó ló mọ̀ lẹ́tà tí bàbá wa alànà bàbá dáadáa bàbá lálùbáríkà ìyẹn bàbá wa professor ẹ jẹ́ n wò bí mo lè gbé lẹ́tà yẹn jáde wá sórí screen so mo láti lọ wá lórí WhatsApp Buhari letter ó dà pé òun ní content àfi ń send ẹ̀ nígbà yẹn káàkiri lẹ́tà yìí ó kù ọjọ́ mẹ́ta tó máa fi expire èní ní 27 30 days or láti ìgbà tó ti send lẹ́tà yẹn sí federal government ó kù ọjọ́ mẹ́ta what is our expectation after this letter? I want to read some of your comments. Lẹ́yìn tí lẹ́tà yìí tí oṣù tí wọ́n fún bá pé ní ìjọ́ mẹ́ta tó ń bọ̀ yìí what should we be expecting either from YSDM or the movement moving further? lẹ́tà yẹn ni mo fẹ́ lọ wá jáde o. Kí ni ká máa expect or kí ni expectation wa, if that's how you want us to put it. Lẹ́tà yẹn ni mo ń wá o. Àwọn tá send ẹ̀ sí ó dẹ̀ kó wà lọ́wọ́ mi. Kí ni expectation wa when this letter expired in the next 3 days? Tí lẹ́tà yìí bá expire in 3 days, what should we expect? Or what is our expectation? How many people can answer that? Kí ni ká máa retí lẹ́yìn tí lẹ́tà yẹn tó bá expire? Are we going to expect anything? Or are we just going to say the letter has expired and then we move on? Or are we going to do something? Mo ń try láti tí bá rí lẹ́tà yẹn láti show yín, màá kọ́ kà sí tàbí ṣe máa ń kà normally. But I was expecting that I can see the letter. But if not, it's not a problem. Once again, a very good evening and welcome. Let me read the letter since I can't find a copy. I'm not going to read everything, so I'm just going to go straight towards the end of it. So that mo ní fẹ́ bore yín too much lórí lẹ́tà yẹn. Lẹ́tà yẹn a ti ṣe ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ kíkà ẹ̀ fún wa lórí ètò yìí. Ṣàkó máa lọ mú láti ibì kan tá máa kà débì kan. Mo fẹ́ lọ ka summary of the letter. Should we say we read it from the letter ìpè báyìí ṣá? Kẹ́ mo mísì kankan lára ẹ̀. Ẹ má bínú ẹ̀yin wa. Báwa journalist báyìí, oríṣiríṣi la máa ń dé pẹ̀lú ló wà lórí tébù yìí. A máa ka declaration General Assembly yẹn náà fún wa lálẹ́. Okay, number tí mo wá lélẹ̀, number 16. 16. Yeah, nítorí ibi tí mo wá. So, ẹja gbélé báyìí. So, ibi tá ti fẹ́ ka lẹ́tà yẹn. Ibi tó dá ni máa ti kà á fún wa títí dé the final part. So, ẹ tó bá ní lẹ́tà yẹn dání tẹ́lẹ̀, tó bá jẹ́ kó bá print ẹ̀. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní Manchester, ẹ má bínú pé mo ní lè dárúkọ gbogbo wa nísìnyí. But towards the end of the show, màá dárúkọ gbogbo yín. But gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní Manchester, ní gbogbo all over the world. Barcelona, 195 countries ló wà láyé. But ìlú kan wà tí a fẹ́ fi ṣe program lálẹ́. Population wọn is 12,000. Ìlú yẹn ni ẹ̀ ń wò níwájú mi tí à ń pè ní, ẹ jẹ́ ń gbé wá sókè díẹ̀ sí kẹ́ lè rí. The whole population ìlú yẹn is less than 12,000. Kò pé 12,000. Wọ́n pè ní Tuvalu. Passport one is number 43 in the world, while Nigerian passport is number 83. Put that at the back of your mind. Monica Mani, pen and paper. Tí bá ti ń ṣe program. Mr. President, lẹ́tà tá kọ sí Buhari lélẹ̀ tí mò ń kà yìí. Because ọjọ́ mẹ́ta ló kù tí lẹ́tà yẹn máa fi expire. Tí lẹ́tà yẹn bá dé expire, I don't know what is going to be the next line, but ìjọ tó bá expire, ẹ̀yin náà lè máa sọ pé how many days ni a gbọ́dọ̀ tún wò ká tó tún wo tí àwọn bàbá wa tí wọ́n ń darí wa, tí wọ́n dẹ̀ máa darí wa dáadáa, níbo la tún máa lọ in the direction. Because we must have something to put forward. Or probably maybe I could continue campaign awareness, I don't know. But we see how it goes. Mr. President, we are conscious of the requirement of the statehood under international law. And we are happy to inform you that we are qualified to assume sovereign statehood on the following ground. Mo fẹ́ ká take note of òyìnbó tí wọ́n lò ń bẹ̀ yẹn. wọ́n pè nǹkan kan ní we are qualified. Ǹjẹ́ Yorùbá tá à ń sọ pé kó dá dúró yìí, ǹjẹ́ àwa qualify àti pé tá a bá ní àwa qualify, kí ni àwọn nǹkan tíyàn máa fi mọ̀ pé yàn wà qualify? Tí a bá ń sọ pé a qualify láti dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè, kí làwọn nǹkan tó máa fi ń sọ pé yàn wà qualify? A náà fẹ́ kúrò ní Nàìjíríà, kò ń ṣe pé ìlú yẹn fẹ́ kúrò, orúkọ ló kàn fẹ́ change, but ǹjẹ́ a wà qualify pé a fẹ́ lọ? Because argument a lot of people is they don't think we are qualified, or wọ́n á máa ní àsìkò ìtí tó. Ẹni tó bá dẹ̀ sọ pé àsìkò ìtí tó, wọ́n sọ reason fún wa, that means pé automatically wọ́n sọ fún wa pé àìtí wà ripe enough, àìtí wà qualified. Ǹjẹ́ tẹ̀ tí wọ́n mọ̀ pé tí bá ń ṣe analysis yìí, mo fẹ́ máa mú àwọn kankan jáde láàrin méjì ẹ̀. Fídíò yìí mo ṣẹ̀ bá pàdé lénìí ni, èèyàn kan ló send sí mi lórí Instagram. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ wo, èèyàn mélòó ló mọ Nas Daily? But boy, I'm sure some of you have met him. He travels around the world. He's well known. You know, he's a very popular guy. More popular than koikimedia. He's been around the world. But he did a video that somebody shared with me. Because I have a lot of messages. I hardly open my Instagram messages. But mo kàn lọ ṣí lálẹ́ yìí. Mo ní lè má tún wá interesting kẹ́. But the problem is I don't think I can expand it. His name is Nas Daily. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ in tó sọ ní bíbá lórí fídíò tó ṣe. The video is titled, Today there are 195 countries in the world, but soon there will be thousands. Yoruba nation máa jẹ́ kan nínú ẹ̀ lágbára Elédùmarè. Àwọn ìyá wa Adémọ́lá Yétúndé sọ pé a fẹ́ wà qualify pa ni. Ǹjẹ́ lè fún mi ní ẹ̀rí pé a wà qualify? Torí pé a fẹ́ wà qualify pa yẹn is not something tí àwọn tó believe nípa Yorùbá nation máa buy. So bí a tẹ bá fún mi ní ẹ̀rí tó lè tún justify pé a wà qualify, torí èmi ò mọ̀ bí a wà qualify, àwọn kan ní pé àìtí right. Ǹjẹ́ ẹ lè fún wa ní ẹ̀rí pé a wà qualify? Nas Daily, èmi ò mọjọ́ tó ṣe fídíò yìí. Ó ṣe gan ni 8 hours ago. Wow! Gbogbo ẹ ṣe wá ń jálura wọn báyìí nígbà tí à ń pariwo self-determination. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn nǹkan tó máa ràn wá lọ́wọ́ làwọn èèyàn ń ṣe. Àwọn fíìmù kan wà, mo ní kẹ́ lọ wo múvì kan tí mo sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ ní ìjọ́ òní. Màá rántí ẹ̀ nísìn again. Reach of Power. Ring of Power. Ẹni tó bá lọ wo fíìmù yẹn, Ring of Power, àwọn backend team mi ti rán mi létí. Ẹni tó bá ní opportunity láti lọ wo movie series ni, ìjọ Jímọ̀ ló máa ń jáde. Èmi náà ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí wo ni, but a máa padà sórí yẹn.
Right now, there are 195 official countries in the world. But did you know that soon we're going to have thousands of new countries with their own flag, passport, and even land? Why and how can you and I start a country? This crazy idea I read about in a book called The Network State by...
Okay. Ìwé tó ń sọ yẹn, òun lélẹ̀ mo ti lọ ṣí kalẹ̀ náà kò ń ṣòwò ni. Ìwé tó dárúkọ yẹn, wọ́n ń pè ní The Network State. Ẹni tó ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ máa ní pen kẹ́ máa fi take note. Tẹ́ bá fẹ́ lọ reference padà sí. Ìyàn kan ní yes, we are qualified because we are an empire before Nigeria. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Ìyàn kan ní ìyẹn bàbá wa Prince Ademola Heritage ló sọ yẹn lórí YouTube. Kudus Agbabiakani, we are more than qualified because we have human, natural resources, we have waterways, we already share border with an existing sovereign nation. Amazing. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ lórí àwọn tó ń bá wa ká lọ lálẹ́. Ẹ rántí pé ibi tá a ṣe ń padà sínú lẹ́tà yẹn o, mo kàn tún fẹ́ lọ mú nǹkan kan jáde ni mo ṣe ń reference because in tí bàbá wa Alànà tó kọ sí Buhari ni pé Mr. President, we are conscious of the requirement. Tó bá sọ pé nǹkan conscious, nǹkan tí a mọ̀. Bàbá wa Kúnlé sọ pé some of the politicians are behind it, we are overqualified. Okay, thank you so much. Bàbá wa lẹ́tà tó kọ nínú lẹ́tà yẹn ní page 13 because page yẹn títí dé page kìíní ni tó bá jẹ́ pé bá print ẹ̀ síta ni o. I think ó dé page 18 no 17 so page 13 tẹ́ bá lọ wo page 13 of the letter. Wọ́n ní Mr. President, we are conscious of the requirement. Ṣẹ́rí tí ẹ bá fẹ́ wá sí UK nísìn wọ́n máa ní pé ṣe ní the right requirement kó tó lè fún ẹ ní visa. Wàá wá submit passport ẹ, wàá submit document. Wọ́n lè wá gbé yẹ̀wò kó doubt ẹ̀ àbí kó fún ẹ. Lẹ́yìn ìgbà tó bá ti gbé passport yẹn lọ sábẹ́ Quran fún 10 days, abẹ́ Bible fún 20 days, abẹ́ ìṣẹ̀ṣe fún 200 days. Kí o lè bá rí visa gbà kí wọn náà lè sá kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà tó ṣiṣẹ́ láti wá gbé pẹ̀lú àwọn àti wà nínú ẹ̀. Ọlọ́run adẹ́jẹ́ kó rí visa fún gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ wà nílé kẹlẹ̀ wá pàdé wa níbí báyìí kó tó di pé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá náà máa dá dúró. So in tí a mú jáde ó kọ̀ tó fẹ́ mú mi padà sí tí mo rí lára NASDAQ.
Right now, there are 195 official countries in the world. But did you know that soon we're going to have thousands of new countries with their own flag, passport, and even land? Why and how can you and I start a country? This crazy idea I read about in a book called The Network State by this guy, Balaji.
Hi, my name is Balaji, and I think it's now possible to start new countries.
First of all, why do we need new countries? Well, because old countries are too slow. It takes years and decades to get anything done. Just to get a court decision, you need to wait a decade in some cases. It's the same reason why we build startups. Because big companies are too bureaucratic. And some countries don't make sense. Someone created their borders using pen and paper years ago, and the people are...
Okay, ẹ mọ̀ pé nígbà tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan tí mo ní ṣàwà qualify ìyẹn kan dárúkọ border ìyẹn bàbá wa Kudus Agbabiaka wọ́n ní we are more than qualified because we have the human, the natural resources, we have the waterways, and we are already share border with an existing sovereign nation. Lórí Instagram, ìyẹn kan ní on Yoruba nation side, Yorubas and their security network should be beefed up. Okay, ẹ kò answer question tí mò ń béèrè. Ìmọ́lẹ̀ Ọ̀rúnmìlà ẹni we are qualified because there is no dispute on our boundary. Ṣé mọ̀ pé bọ̀bọ́ ìdárúkọ border nísìn nígbà tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ ó kọ̀ dùn mí pé kìíní yóò ṣe é rí wine tí bá ti play ó tún máa continue ni but ẹni tó bá láǹfààní àti tún lọ tún wò èmi ti wò dáadáa kó tó di pé a fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ètò yìí ẹ já gbọ́ ìtókù tó ń sọ lọ.
inside.
So here's a problem with old countries. They're not innovative, they're militaristic.
Okay, only the problem with old country like the shit old country called Nigeria ni pé kò wà innovative, kò wà materialistic, kò lè mọbi tí terrorist wà nínú igbó tó bá jí èèyàn gbé láti lọ rescue aráàlú. Nigerian government ò ń ṣe government tó fẹ́ rescue aráàlú. Nigerian government ò ń ṣe government tó respect aráàlú. Let's continue.
Right now, there are...
Ó tún padà sẹ́yìn ni problem tó wà pẹ̀lú kínní ni kò lè and I'm not sure whether he has it on his YouTube. Bí a kì í lọ wo orí YouTube ẹ̀ Nas Daily because bó ṣe ń padà sẹ́yìn yẹn kò ní da fún program tí mo fẹ́ ṣe. How to start a new.
Her bir nokta 23 saniyede.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ wo ẹ jẹ́ ká wò ní báyìí nísìnyí.
Right now, there are...
Mo mọ̀ pé YouTube máa yọ fídíò yìí but it's just for educational purpose. This video was posted today, 27th. So there's probability pé torí pé à ń lò it's under 6 minutes and it has already have 118,942 people ló ti wò. Yes, ìyàwó Adémọ́lá Yétúndé JP ti wá sọ pé we have the number, we have the land, our boundary is defined. Our boundary is defined. We have the resources just to mention the few. Thank you so much. So that means that everybody agrees that we are qualified. You know, we've been qualified since 2014. ẹ tẹ̀ jẹ́ ká yọ ọ̀rọ̀ amalgamation kúrò nínú ẹ̀ a kò fẹ́ mọ̀ pé ǹjẹ́ àwa qualify ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ share fídíò yìí ká jọ gbé yẹ̀wò and I can now pause it now than the Instagram one.
Are 195 official countries in the world. But did you know that soon we're going to have thousands of new countries with...
So ó ṣó pé àwa nìkan kọ́ là ń sọ pé ká dá dúró. There will be many territories, indigenous people that will be asking that they want to have their own country, even as small as a country that is now called, Tuvalu. Èèyàn mélòó ló ti gbọ́ ìlú yìí rí tẹ́lẹ̀? Tuvalu had their independence from Britain in 1978. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n sáré gbé yín lọ sí history díẹ̀. Tuvalu, èmi ò tẹ́ gbọ́ rí. Báwo ni mo ṣe mọ ìlú yìí? Ó jẹ́ kẹ́ bi mí. Mo lọ sórí Google, mo type in self-determination, mo wá ní kó fún mi ní news. And this came up and I was shocked. Presidency àbí Prime Minister Tuvalu, ìlú tó pé 12,000, òun ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ níwájú United Nations. Tọdún yìí ni o, kò ń ṣe ti last year, òun lẹ̀ ń wò yẹn. Ẹ rí i pé bẹbẹ ń bẹ kábíyèsí Ọlọ́run. Èèyàn kan ní I've heard of Tuvalu before. Wow. Prime Minister Tuvalu, òun lẹ̀ ń wò yìí ní iwájú United Nations tó ń àdírẹ́sì the 77th General Assembly. Àwa kan wá ń sọ pé tí a bá tẹ̀ pé 5 million àìtí wà enough láti dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè. Àní ìlú kan dẹ̀ wà tó jẹ́ pé àwọn ò tẹ̀ pé 12,000. Gbogbo population Tuvalu lénìí kò tí wọ 12,000. Gbogbo ẹmọ Yorùbá tó ń gbọ́ mi lálẹ́ yìí ẹ bá mi máa sọ fáwọn kan pé ìlú kan tó ń wà o gbogbo population wọn kò tó 12,000 àmọ́ prime minister wọn ó láǹfààní àti sọ̀rọ̀ ní General Assembly. Ọ̀rọ̀ tó sọ ó ta sí mi létí nígbà tí mò ń ṣe research yẹn lọ. Ẹ mọ bó ṣe ta sí mi létí? Ó wá ń sọ fún United Nations pé wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ allow Taiwan kó di member United Nations. Ìlú 12,000 ó ń sọ fún United Nations pé Taiwan ń kọ́ o ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ fún ní recognition kó di member United Nations. Ẹ jẹ́ ká kàbẹ̀ yẹn, ẹ jẹ́ kí n blue ẹ̀ sókè díẹ̀. Àníṣe à máa sọ àwọn nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ̀ gbọ́ rí. Date tọkọ article yìí inú Taipei News ló wà. Taipei News yẹn àwọn Taiwanese ló máa ní. Ẹ rí i pé bẹ́ẹ̀ ń bẹ. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, we have the number and the land. Once again, a very good evening to those of you that have joined us. You are watching a live transmission where we educate our people on so many reasons why the Yoruba needs to go out of Nigeria, and we need to go now. Now, not tomorrow. Ìyàn kan ní kò tẹ̀ tó population àdúgbò wa kan. Now, nígbà tí mo rí article yìí, I was like, ìlú wo ló tún pè ní Tuvalu? Tuvalu. But ẹja kọ́kọ́ kan tó kọ síbẹ̀, wọ́n ní 4 allies ó support Taiwan. Ẹ mọ̀ pé presently Taiwan is not a member of United Nations. Ẹ mọ̀ pé Taiwan ló fẹ́ fa ìjà láàrin China àti America nígbà tí Pelosi tó lọ sí Taiwan. The first ever, in so many years, representative from America. The question now is, self-determination jáde nínú conversation yẹn. But in tó ṣọ́ọ̀kì mi ni pé mo kọ́kọ́ lọ wo ìlú wo ló tún jẹ́ Tuvalu ni mo fi wá realize pé ìlú kan tó ń bẹ tí passport tí wọ́n dájú tí wá lọ tí prime minister tí wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ nínú United Nations General Assembly. So passport ọmọ Tuvalu ó ní value ju passport ọmọ Nàìjíríà lọ. Passport ọmọ Nàìjíríà lénìí kò lè lọ sí so many countries. But passport ọmọ Tuvalu is number 43. Òun lẹ̀ ń wò nísàlẹ̀ yẹn. Wọ́n dẹ̀ lè lọ sí 129 countries around the world. And the question is, ṣé títóbi là ń sọ nísìnyí ni àbí kìlú tẹ̀ kéré ká tẹ̀ rálàáfíà? Because tí ìlú bá tóbi kò lálàáfíà òun lọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà. títóbi Nàìjíríà kò ní ìwúlò kankan fún any goddamn person nílé. Kò níṣẹ́ kankan tó ń ṣe, but ìlú kéréje yìí ó wá tún sọ fún United Nations ní General Assembly pé kó fún Taiwan láyè kó di member. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ kà á. 4 allies support Taiwan at the United Nations. Self-determination. Again, ọ̀rọ̀ self-determination jáde. Èèyàn kan ní the population of one street in Mushin Olóṣà. Èèyàn kan ní kàyé máa dárúkọ Nigeria passport. A gbọ́dọ̀ dárúkọ ẹ̀ because it's still part of my program. Now, let's continue. Not to waste too much time. Self-determination, Tuvalu and Belize, among others, praised Taiwan's economic, social progress and called for Taiwan's admission to the United Nations at its General Assembly. The leaders of European Union and of Taiwan's 4 diplomatic allies, tó bá sọ pé nǹkan ally, àwọn tó jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ wọn, on Friday expressed concern over the stability of the Taiwan Strait and voiced support for Taiwan's inclusion in the United Nations during a meeting of the United Nations General Assembly. The 77th UN General Assembly, which began on Tuesday and ends tomorrow, after the article it is called anyway, is the first in-person section since the COVID-19 pandemic began in 2020. The European Council President, Charles Michel, said the European Union calls for maritime security and preservation of the stability in Taiwan. But in tó jẹ́ nǹkan tó ṣọ́ọ̀kì mi ni pé bàbá tẹ̀ ń wò níwájú mi òun ni president àbí prime minister Tuvalu tó jẹ́ gbogbo population wọn is 12,000. Ìyẹn man tẹ̀ ń wò níwájú mi is the current president. Well, àwọn lo president, so they use prime minister. So you are actually looking in front of you, Tuvalu Prime Minister Kazo Natano addresses the 77th section of the United Nations General Assembly in New York on Friday. And my question that's why tẹ́ bá lọ topic tí a fi ń ṣe program lẹ́ni pé why can't Yoruba have a nation but Tuvalu with 11,792 population is a country with its own government. Ó ní ìjọba tiẹ̀. A máa padà síbẹ̀. Mo fẹ́ ká kọ́ lọ gbọ́ nọ́ọ̀sì yìí. I'm sure they might take the video off, but let's just watch it and they might leave it. But I just want you to hear part of it.
Their own flag, passport, and even land. Why and how can you and I start a country? This crazy idea I read about in a book called The Network State.
So, orúkọ òwe yẹn lélẹ́yìí, The Network State. And you can go on Google and type it in there. It's right there. Olele. Technology has enabled us to start new companies, new communities, and new currency. But can we use it to start new cities or even new countries? Question mark. This book explains how to build the success to the nation state, a concept we call the network state. Mo iti kà o, but I thought I will share that with us. And I think you can read online and you can also buy it as well on Amazon. Or you can download it on PDF, which I think I should be able to do. And I'm doing that right now. And right there, wow, it's 262 on the PDF, the network state. Ìyàn lè ra ìlú. Ṣé rí pé àwa ní ilẹ̀, àwọn ọ̀pọ̀ tó wá bọ́ ṣe máa lọ ra ilẹ̀, tó máa pọ̀ tó máa wá ra ilẹ̀. Ṣé ìyẹn ni wọ́n ń ṣe ní Nàìjíríà nísìnyí tí wọ́n ń ralẹ̀ tó ń ralẹ̀ àwọn Indian, àwọn Lebanese. Ìjọ kan ẹ̀kọ́ máa jí láàárọ̀ ọjọ́ kan ẹ̀rí kọ́lẹ̀ máa ní ilẹ̀ yín mọ́. Àwa ń tà ń sọ pé ká tètè gba Yorùbá nation, ká gba territory wa, kó má di pé Fúlàní gan tẹ̀ títa gbogbo ẹ̀ tán pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá. Ìyẹn lẹ ṣe ń lọ sóko tẹ̀ ń rí Indian, tẹ̀ ń rí Pakistan, tẹ̀ ń rí Lebanese, àwọn tó nílẹ̀ gan ò nílẹ̀ mọ́. Ẹ já gbọ́ díẹ̀ níbí báyìí.
By this guy, Balaji.
Hi, my name is Balaji, and I think it's now possible to start new countries.
First of all,
it is now possible to start a new country. How? Ṣé rí pé àwa tá ti wá solution a fẹ́ gba Yorùbá nation. Ẹ jẹ́ wá padà sí tíbù lẹ́tà tá kọ sí Buhari ká tó padà síbẹ̀ yẹn ká má lọ too fast. Mr. President, we are conscious of the requirement of the statehood under international law, and we are happy to inform you that we are qualified. And there is some reasons that we are qualified. And we have to find any different example. So let's just move straight forward. We are qualified to assume a sovereign statehood. Àwọn ṣe àwọn tó ṣẹ̀fẹ̀ lọ ra land because nígbà tí mo wo fídíò yìí, bàbá tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí, òun sọ pé tí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn bá lọ ra ilẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ a gbọ́ díẹ̀ sí.
Why do we need new countries? Well, because old countries are too slow. It takes years and decades to get anything done. Just to get a court decision, you need to wait a decade in some cases. It's the same reason why we build startups. Because big companies are too bureaucratic. And some countries don't make sense.
Some countries don't make sense, like your country called Nigeria shithole.
Someone created their borders using pen and paper years ago, and the people are stuck inside.
So here's a problem with old countries. They're not innovative, they're militaristic, they're frozen in time, and really they're built for the year 1945, not the year 20.
Okay, like Nigeria has been built for 1914. It's not built for the 21st century. Ìyẹn la ṣe ń rí gbogbo àwọn fídíòs àtàwọn èèyàn ọmọ wa tó ń ṣe wàhálà tá a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ tó ń ṣe rálì ẹ̀rí pàdúgbò dá kò sí náà kò sómi is because they all plan pé ó Nàìjíríà máa dà.
2022. And so we need our new countries that were actually built for the internet era.
Okay, we need to build a Yoruba nation where we can understand ourselves as one people, one culture, one language. Yorùbá ni mí, ọmọlúàbí, àfẹ́ wà nínú system tí Britain create fún wa ní 1945. And I'm going to read a letter, but I'm not going to show you the letter because the content of that letter was only shared with me. But I can read it at the background, and then I want us to. Mo fẹ́ yẹ ká wo ká gbọ́n tí Britain fi response séyàn kan tí ó kọ lẹ́tà sí wọn. Mo fẹ́ ká farabalẹ̀ kí a gbọ́ nǹkan tí wọ́n fi respond padà sí lẹ́tà tẹ́ni yẹn kọ sí wọn. Orí desktop mi dẹ̀ mo save ẹ̀ sí ó pé máa tètè rí ṣá. Let's have a look. Kò gbọ́dọ̀ lọ jìnnà. Ó máa wá as a WhatsApp message ní ìgbà wo ni mo download lè. So okay, ṣé òun lè lè ṣá. Yeah, mo ti rí lẹ́tà yẹn. I hope we could show the screen me because I can't allow that to show. All right. I mean, the person has an article. Mo ti ní kẹ́ni yẹn kó wá bá wa sọ̀rọ̀. So what? Ti response to me. I think it's based in Canada. Èmi á ka lẹ́tà yẹn fún wa. Ẹ̀yin ò ní rí lẹ́tà yẹn. So screen mi tó wà níwájú lọ́nà ẹ̀yin rí, which is bọ̀bọ̀ tí a pause video ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú Tuvalu. Tuvalu ni ìlú tẹ̀ ń wò nísàlẹ̀ yẹn. Passport one is number 43. This is how the content of the letter goes. Foreign Commonwealth Office. Ṣé mo pé mo tẹ ẹ bá mọ̀ pé wọ́n níbi kan tó mo fẹ́ kí ẹ mú pen and paper ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa. A gbọ́dọ̀ kọ lẹ́tà sí Whitehall Nigerian Unit. Èmi ò mọ̀ pé bí kan wà tó ń pè ní Whitehall Nigerian Unit. King's Charles Street, London SW1A 2 Alpha Hotel. Ẹ bá mi fi sórí screen ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń gbọ́ wa. Ẹ lè kọ lẹ́tà directly sí bíbá because èmi ò tẹ́ mọ̀ pé wọ́n fún Nàìjíríà náà ní unit. Nǹkan ń bẹ nílùú yìí o, ibi tí wọ́n bá mọ̀ dé ni. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí lẹ́tà tí wọ́n kọ sí ẹni yìí, wọ́n wá ní wọ́n ti direct ẹ̀ síbi kan tó ń pè ní Nigerian unit. Ìyẹn wà ní United Kingdom ní bíbá. It is called Whitehall Nigerian Unit. I think I can do a snip of that. Mo ń bọ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ n cut ibẹ̀ yẹn. Màá lọ fi sórí social media nísìn. Mo fẹ́ cut ẹ̀. Mo máa cut ibẹ̀ yẹn nísìn. Yeah, mo ti cut ẹ̀. So gbogbo àwa tí a bá fẹ́ kọ lẹ́tà síbẹ̀ yẹn, a lè kọ lẹ́tà sí wọn. Èmi ṣe bá pàdé rí lénìí ni o. So what I'm doing now is ẹni tó bá lọ sórí Facebook mi nísìn, mo máa upload ẹ̀ síbẹ̀. mo ti snip ẹ̀ ó ní kinní kan tá à ń pè ní bíi scissors lórí laptop mi so mo ti snip ẹ̀ so I'm now putting that out there because agbọ́dọ̀ gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá gbọ́dọ̀ mọ ibi báyìí wọ́n pè ní Whitehall Nigeria unit ìyẹn ní London King ni o kò sí s níbẹ̀ King Charles ìyẹn King Charles Street London Sarah Whiskey 1 Alpha 2 Alpha Hotel mo ti kọ síta ẹni tó bá fẹ́ wò ó máa dórí koikimedia náà nísìnyí ó ti wà lórí Koiki Odùduwà a dẹ̀ máa gbé sórí koikimedia náà ẹ máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ pé kí la fẹ́ fi lè ṣe because if the Commonwealth is saying that lẹ́tà tẹ́ni yẹn kọ àwọn ti copy Nigerian unit that means pé Nigeria is operating something here that is representing Nigeria with the British government but mo fẹ́ ká farabalẹ̀ ká gbọ́ lẹ́tà tí mo fẹ́ kà síta after that post information yẹn sí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń gbọ́ wa tẹ́ bá lọ sórí Koikimedia Whitehall is where UK intelligence unit is based okay now ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ ka lẹ́tà yẹn jáde Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office then on the right hand side Whitehall Nigerian unit King Charles Street London SW1A 2 Alpha Hotel mo ní dárúkọ ẹni yẹn but orúkọ ẹni yẹn is already in one of his article but I will not mention the name because ọkọ on article kan tó kọ bí àti bá wá ṣe article yẹn a lè ka orúkọ wọn jáde for them. He now has an email fcdo.correspondent@fcdo.gov.uk. I'm not going to read his reference number. The letter is dated 27th of September 2022. And it says, Dear Mr. Thank you for your email of 25th of August. Ẹ máa farabalẹ̀ gbogbo ẹni tó ń gbọ́ mi ibi báyìí wà very very important kẹ́ tẹ́tí ẹ má lọ jẹun ẹ fọ́njẹ́lẹ̀ torí pé eléyìí ló máa sọ in tí relationship ti British government ti expect pẹ̀lú àwọn àti Nàìjíríà as against our tá à náà fẹ́ self-determination and it goes like this. Thank you for your email of 25th of August about the UK-Nigeria bilateral relationship. Now, your correspondence has been passed to Nigerian unit in Whitehall. I'm hearing that for the very first time, and I'm asking those of us that are watching me tonight, how many people is aware that we have what they call Nigeria unit in Whitehall? I don't know about it. I'm hearing it for the first time. And I've lived in this country for more than 2 decades. It shows that there's a lot happening that the British government knows when it comes to the Yoruba kingdom. Let's continue. The UK government acknowledged that Nigeria and UK share a long and complex history. So the UK government, ẹ má bínú pé mo ń ṣe analysis lórí lẹ́tà yẹn, ó yẹ kí n kà délẹ̀ ni. So UK government ò deny pé àwọn ní complex history. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń gbọ́ mi lálẹ́ kí làwọn complex history tí ẹ̀yin lè sọ lọ́kàn ara yín ẹ kàn sáré fún mi bí mélòó kan sí sáré kà síta. Thank you so much those of you that have joined us tonight. You are watching a live transmission if you have just joined us. Aago mẹ́wàá ṣe lù ní. What are the complex history between the UK and Nigeria? Because according to this letter, ó ń sọ fún wa pé the UK government acknowledge wọ́n mọ̀ pé that Nigeria and UK share a long nǹkan tó gùn complex nǹkan tó ní agbára history. I'm just waiting to see if I can pick any comment. If not, we'll just move forward. So nobody knows the complex history between us and the British government. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Wow. Okay, let's move on. Complex history, including the period of colonial rule that ended in 1960. Somebody talked about Biafra. Somebody talked about amalgamation. Ẹ̀dẹ̀ ṣe bí ìgbà tẹ́ pàjọ sí lórí ètò yìí. We are educating ourselves here. This letter tí mò ń kà fún yìí, letter téèyàn kan send sí mi tó ṣe gbà lọ́wọ́ British government tó send sí lélẹ̀. And these are the things that we need to assess, review, and then ask ourselves, are we really going to go out of the contraction called Nigeria, especially the view of the British government presently on what we call Nigeria today? So let's continue. Again, I go back. I'm just going to read it without going to do any analysis for now. I'm just going to read it through. The UK government acknowledged that Nigeria and the UK share a long and complex history, including the period of colonial rule that ended in 1960. Full stop. Today, our close relationship is underpinned by our Commonwealth membership and our cooperation on economic and security matters. Full stop. As you rightly point out in your correspondence, many Nigerians have chosen to make the UK their home. And these people ties are also an important aspect of our relationship with Nigeria. Nigeria is a trusted partner of the United Kingdom, but we do not share the view set out in your correspondence that the UK seeks to interfere with Nigeria's political affairs. Nigeria is an independent, sovereign nation, and the UK government respects this. Additionally, the question of who Nigerians elect as their next president is a matter for the people of Nigeria, and the UK government remains neutral and impartial on this matter. Full stop. We also do not share your view that the UK has engineered instability in Nigeria for political gain. As Africa's largest economic and democracy, the UK government wants to see a stable, secure, and prosperous Nigeria that delivers jobs and opportunities for all Nigerians. Full stop. Recent successful bilateral initiatives, including our security and defense partnership and the Economic Development Forum, have affirmed our commitment to supporting Nigeria as it deals with a number of economic and security challenges that stop the country reaching its full potential. Full stop. This work not only responds to the needs of Nigerian people, but it supports UK interests by building the prosperity, security, resilience of an important partner. We share your concern about the deteriorating security situation across Nigeria, which is having a devastating impact on local communities, including Christian communities. The United Kingdom government is committed to helping Nigeria as it tackles its insecurity as part of our security and defense partnership. We committed more support to help Nigeria tackle its security challenges, including police reform, tackling serious and organized crime, countering counterterrorism. In the Northeast, we provide stabilization, humanitarian assistance to support communities affected by terrorism, and in the Middle Belt, we support local and national peace building initiative to tackle intercommunal violence. The United Kingdom has also provided £425 million in humanitarian aid to the Northeast Nigeria over the last 5 years, which has reached around 1.5 million vulnerable people. Thank you again for writing. I hope you find this response useful. Katrina McGill, Whitehall, Nigeria Unit, Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office. Amazing. You're funny, lórí irọ́. Wow, èmi ò mọ̀ tí ẹ rí sínú lẹ́tà yẹn. But this is the correspondence that the Nigerian unit in Whitehall wrote back to one of our comrades somewhere abroad that wrote to them questioning the British or the United Kingdom, influence on Nigeria. But when I go back to just a bit of review of that letter quickly, I want us to take note of something. I don't have to go back to all the letters because it's a waste of time. But mo fẹ́ ká wo ibì kan tó kọ ní pé the United Kingdom government acknowledged that Nigeria and the UK share a long and complex history, including the period of colonial rule that ended in 1960. My question is, are we sure that we have ended a colonial rule ever since 1960 independence? Because evidence shows that the British government that is saying that they do not interfere with the Nigerian political affairs, there is evidence that shows that they did interfere in the first ever election in 1959, which was the first ever election that Nigeria did before independence. So I'm going to leave that for now. Let's remember again, why can't Yoruba have a nation? Question mark. But Tuvalu, with a population of 11,792, is a country with its own government. Let's go back to this video.
According to biology, it is possible to build new countries today. For the next 1 minute, I want you to focus and use your imagination. To build a new country today, you don't need land. You just need the internet. First, start with an idea. Start with an idea that's powerful enough to start a country, a mission that people can stand behind with its own flag or even national anthem.
Imagine building a country that was meant for vegans, or having one where self-driving cars were legal, or simply a country where people like and get along with each other. That's the kind of thing that we don't have in many of today's countries.
Second, find people online. Find an online community that believes in your idea.
The kind of online community that can build a network state it's a lot deeper than your Game of Thrones or video game community, okay? This is not a casual thing. This is, a key piece of your identity. This is something you genuinely believe in. These people you trust enough that you'd want to live with them and sacrifice with them.
Third, go offline. Have your community meet offline and build trust. Trust that is so deep that you're willing to sacrifice for each other. Fourth, get land. Now your online citizens can...
I'm sure some of you are watching this video like, they just have to buy the land. You can see the importance of a territory. You can now see the importance of a land. Tábà ń sọ pé ọ̀rọ̀ ilẹ̀. Ṣé ti rí reason tá a ṣe ń sọ pé tí a bá pẹ́ jù lórí ìgbẹ́ tí a yà yìí, oríṣiríṣi eṣinṣin ló máa bà lé lórí o. Mo fẹ́ padà sí lẹ́tà bàbá wa Professor Banji Akintoye. Nígbà tó sọ fún Buhari pé àwa qualify láti ní sovereign, àwọn òtẹ́ ní láti lọ ra lẹ̀, àwa ní ilẹ̀, a ní territory, a ní the population, a ní numbers, a ní everything. But people are saying that we are not ready. We should slow down. We should not push as much. Now let's look at some of the letter tí Mokidada Yawa Janet Mati, which is one of our beautiful mother and a media as well, and a strong supporter of Yoruba nation. Already, I will need láti ṣe lọ máa wá èèyàn. Eléyìí, ó kàn ń ṣàpèjúwe ọ̀rọ̀ ni. Àwa ti ní èèyàn ready. Àwọn wo lè èèyàn ta ní ìyẹn la ṣe ń sọ pé people, àwa ọmọládé, the indigenous people. Èmi ò ní láti ṣe sọ fún gbogbo èèyàn pé ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ ra ilẹ̀ sí ìlú kan ká wá claim ìlú yẹn. And if care is not happening, if care is not taken, this is how people are already thinking. So if care is not taken, ẹ kọ́ jí láàárọ̀ ọjọ́ kan, gbogbo lẹ́yìn pátá wọ́n máa ti tà dànù. And you will no longer own that land. New people will own the land and they will control the land and they will tell you what they want on that land. Is that not why we are saying that Ruga is a different agenda? They just want to use it and take our land. I don't think a lot of people understand the power of land. If you understand the power of land, you would not even want us to be in Nigeria again. Once again, a very good evening to those of you that have joined us from around the world. My name is OLAMILEKAN. As we continue our education and reasons why the Yoruba needs to leave Nigeria without any quarrel. We are not fighting anybody. We're just saying that it is the right time now to go out of Nigeria peacefully. Now let's look at number 1 according to this letter. Permanent population. Ṣé rí pé nínú content tá kà ní tá ń wò nísìn, fídíò tá ń wò lẹ́yìn nísìn, òun sọ pé o ṣe máa lọ wá àwọn èèyàn máa kóra yín jọ, ẹ bá ti kóra yín jọ, ẹ wá bẹ ṣe máa ralẹ̀. Already we have permanent population. These are part of the, reason why we are qualified. That is stated in this letter. And I want us to take note of everything. In the recent official population statistics of Nigeria, we, the Yoruba, are listed as a distinct nation with a population of 30 million. This proves that we are recognized as a people with permanent population, which is stated as 30 million. Mo wá ń sọ fún yín pé ìlú kan wà tí à ń pè ní Tuvalu. The whole population of this country today, known as Tuvalu, is not even up to 12,000. Gbogbo population ìlú yìí. Let me go and give you their, Tuvalu people. And this is what they look like. Okay? The whole population is 12,000. And you can see that they are proud of their language, they are proud of their culture, they are proud of who they are. They might not be rich, they might not be, but they are proud that they are a citizen of a country. And they got their independence from Britain in 1978. Ìlú yẹn jẹ́ Tuvalu. Okay? Already, if we are saying that we are 30 million, why then must we continue to try to deceive ourselves that we should remain in one unity Nigeria? Shalom to you, my brother, and good evening. We have the permanent population according to the content of this letter, which is now 3 days before it expired. We are 3 days away before this letter expired, according to the timeline that I gave President Muhammadu Buhari. Let's talk about population. I know a lot of you will say we are more than 30 million, but let us just stick to what the Nigerian government have told us, that we are 30 million. Okay? And if we are 30 million, this proves that we are recognized people. Kò sẹ́ni tó ń jiyàn ẹ̀. Even àwọn tó jẹ́ Tuvalu, 12,000, kò sẹ́ni tó bá wọn jiyàn ẹ̀. Their passport, òun lẹ̀ ń wò nísàlẹ̀ yẹn, their passport can literally take you to, okay, I hope I'm still, okay, why am I showing something over the background? Oh, ẹ má bínú, okay, mo ti change it, ẹ má bínú. So if you look at their passport ranking, only number 43 in the world. Nigerian passport ranking is number 83. This proves that we are recognized as people with a permanent population, which is stated as 30 million persons in Nigeria today. We Yoruba have always disputed the figure of 30 million for our population. However, that does not matter here, because ìlú kan wà tá à ń pè ní Tuvalu, gbogbo population wọn is 12,000. And they have their own culture. They even have their own government. And when you look at this man, this is their president, tó sọ̀rọ̀ ní United Nations. This is the president of Tuvalu, known as Tuvaluan Prime Minister Kazo Natano, addresses the 77th section of òun tó wọ́n sọ fún UN pé kó jẹ́ kí Taiwan kó di ìlú. Can you imagine? I mean, kó di member United Nations. Imagine a country that is not even up to Yoruba nation, or Yoruba people rather, is now telling United Nations. That shows that if by the time we are ready, there will be countries that will give us the support. Maybe not UK, maybe not America, maybe not France, but there will be smaller countries that will be ready to work with the Yoruba people. Let's continue. However, that does not matter. What matters is that the official record of Nigeria established definitely that we Yoruba are distinct people with a well-known permanent population. Let's look at number 2, define territory. Ǹjẹ́ a ní ilẹ̀? Ṣé rántí pé nínú fídíò yìí àwọn sì fẹ́ lọ ra ilẹ̀ ni to become a country. Àwa ò nídìí láti ṣe ní a fẹ́ lọ ra ilẹ̀. Ọ̀rọ̀ ilẹ̀ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ problem tiwa, because already we have what it takes to become a country. Let's look at defined territory. The geographical territory of Yoruba land, ìyẹn ilẹ̀ tí Yorùbá wà nísìn lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́, láti Kwara State títí dé Kogi State títí dé Ekiti State, Ọ̀ṣun State títí dé Ondo State títí dé Ekiti State títí wọnú Ọ̀yọ́ State láti débẹ̀ dé Ogun State wá sí Lagos State is our own geographical territory. Yes, we have other tribes that are living with us in this territory. That is not a problem as long as they are okay to live with us. When we say they should live with us inside a constitution that we own. We have a territory. Kí ló ń pè ní territory? Territory ní ṣe pé àwa ṣẹ̀fẹ̀ lọ ra ilẹ̀ bí àwọn eléyìí ṣe ń propose pé àwọn máa lọ ra ilẹ̀. Àwọn ò need láti lọ ra ilẹ̀. A ti wà nínú territory yẹn, but the problem tí a ní ni pé it is known as Nigeria as against to be known as Yoruba land. And if a country like Tuvalu, which you can see how beautiful that country is with their own people, known as Tuvalu, wọ́n ní language tí wọ́n tán sọ, wọ́n kì í sọ English nínú ìlú yìí o. English kọ́ ló máa ń sọ o, and I can prove that to us if you want me to show you that. Let's go back a little bit. Once again, a very good evening as you are joining this conversation, and I say welcome on board. You are watching a live transmission. This is KOKIMEDIA, bringing the world closer to your doorstep. Now, ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ wo the Tuvalu people. The Tuvaluns are Polynesian. Mo ti lọ ka gbogbo history yẹn a little bit. You can go and do the own history as well. Àwọn náà ní history. Ẹni tó ò bá mọ̀ pé Yorùbá ní history tí o wá ń claim Nàìjíríà, o ò mọ tó ń ṣe o. Yes, a ní Ọ̀yọ́, ẹ má bínú, ṣé mo miss Ọ̀yọ́ lẹ́ẹ̀kan, ẹ má bínú. Ẹ jẹ́ n tún kà lẹ́ẹ̀kan: Kwara, Kogi, Ondo, Ọ̀ṣun, Ekiti, Ọ̀yọ́, Lagos. And I think that's about it, right? Ekiti. And I hope I didn't miss anyone. So, ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń argue pé ká wà nínú Nàìjíríà, gbogbo ìlú ló ní language tiwọn. Àwọn Tuvalu wọ́n kì í sọ English. Though wọ́n máa ń kọ́ English ní school wọn, but èdè wọn ni wọ́n fi ń kọ́ra wọn nílùú wọn nínú school wọn. Yes, some part of Edo, it's okay if they want to come with us. If they say they don't want to come with us, Tuvalu is 12,000. Àwọn náà lè dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè. We should not force anybody that doesn't want to come with us. So, if Edo wants to come with us as Yoruba nation, they are more than welcome. But if they are arguing that, no, ẹ má jẹ́ ká stress ara wa. Tuvalu is 12,000. Let them start their own nation. The Tuvaluns are Polynesian, and their language, Tuvalu, is closely related to Samoan. Once again, a very good evening and welcome. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ wa níbikíbi tí ẹ bá ti ń darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. Níbikíbi tí ẹ bá ti ń darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. Let's go back again. They have their own culture. Interesting. The Tuvaluns are Polynesian, and their language is Tuvalu. Wọ́n sọ pé English ní language wọn. My problem now is, why are we claiming English that doesn't belong to us? Àwa kọ́ la ní English. We don't own English. Àwọn Britain ló fún wa ní English pé ká máa sọ. Wọ́n gba Yorùbá kúrò lọ́wọ́ wa, wọ́n fún wa ní English. And that is why we are having clash today. Àwọn tó gbóyìnbó ti pọ̀ jù, wọ́n wá ń dá wàhálà sílẹ̀. Wọ́n ò fẹ́ jẹ́ kí ìran Yorùbá kó padà sí orísun wọn. Tẹ́ bá bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ nísìnyí, English ló máa dà sílẹ̀, ló máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń tọ́ pàpàpàpàpàpàpàpà. Wọ́n ò ní jẹ́ ká gbádùn. They will speak English from now to tomorrow. And the question is, can we continue like this? They have also their own culture, even though English is taught in schools and widely used. Majority of the population belongs to the Church of Tuvalu, formerly Ellis Island of Protestant Church. I hope you are all following the conversation. Once again, we're talking about Tuvalu. Government offices at Valuku. Let's go and look at a bit about them as well. Tuvalu in the South Pacific is an independent island nation island tẹ̀tún ni wọ́n orí omi làwọn wà wọn ò ní ilẹ̀ kan tó pọ̀ lọ títí àwa ní ilẹ̀ ẹ wo gbogbo state ta kà nísìnyí. And if I go back to define the territory, the geographical territory of Yoruba land, the Yoruba homeland, which we Yoruba have inhabited since time immemorial before the creation of Nigeria. Kó tó dá Nàìjíríà sílẹ̀ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá tí ń bẹ. Kí àwọn òyìnbó tó dé nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, wọ́n dé bá wa lórí ilẹ̀ yẹn ni. Òyìnbó ló yí padà tó sọ di Nàìjíríà lénìí. Before the creation of Nigeria is well known and is well defined in Nigeria as shown in the map, in the attached map. Government. We, the Yoruba, are prepared to implement our interim government as soon as possible. We are ready to unveil the interim government at the dialogue with the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Is the government going to dialogue with us in the next 3 days that this letter will expire? Is a question. Let us remember that there's a country called Tuvalu. The population is not even up to 12,000. And they got their independence very well. They are independent if we go back to Wikipedia that I've been able to look up to. I'm not going to read everything. I think okay. Let's go to how they got their independence. In 1568, a Spanish navigator, Alvaro de Mendana, became the first European to sail through the archipelago, sighting the island just as the British were moving around, doing exploration, and they eventually got across somewhere very beautiful, known as Yoruba Kingdom. They met us, probably maybe a bit naked, but we were well dressed. We have our language, we had our life. They came, we gave them everything, we made them, comfortable. And when they were going, they took us as slaves for thousands of years. And after the slaves, Mukinda Yawa Omolokwe, and thank you for the call that we have today, Eshigoni Yawa. And when they had that, privilege to come onto our land, the British never did us good. Wọ́n tún wá ṣe dáadáa, wọ́n tún wá gba Yorùbá Kingdom kúrò lọ́wọ́ wa, wọ́n pè wá ní Nàìjíríà ní 1914. And you can see why, if we do not have our own nation, countries like Tuvalu will not even give you a visa. Ẹ jẹ́ ká tẹ̀ lọ wo, ǹjẹ́ èèyàn lè lọ sí Tuvalu pẹ̀lú Nigerian passport? Ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ wò. Visa on arrival for 30 days. Okay. Wọ́n náà máa fún yàn ní visa pẹ̀lú Nigerian passport. Visa on arrival. Okay. It's okay. Let's go back to the history of this country. So, Spanish kan náà ló káàkiri ní 1568. Níbi tó ti navigate, ó ṣáà rí ìlú yẹn, orí island yẹn. The island was Funafuti, was named Ellis Island in 1819. Later, the whole group was named Ellis Island by English hydrographer Alexander George Findlay. Àwọn máa ń change orúkọ tó bá ti dé. Ibi tó bá dé báyìí, wọ́n fẹ́ jẹ́ kó jẹ́ orúkọ tiwọn àbí nǹkan táwọn mú débẹ̀ ló máa padà. And that is why we are having problems. Because the British came to the kingdom, met people in there, saw us as beautiful people, well omoluabi, cultured, have our language, have the people on the ground. We have the territory, but they were not happy. They eventually changed the whole dimension. They gave us things that had nothing to do with us. I'm talking about the British, just as this happened. But I'm not going to read every other thing. Let's just move further again. A referendum was held in 1974 to determine whether the Gilbert Island and the Ellis Island should each have their own administration. Britain assigned a okay, let me go back a little bit because it seems Britain ló fún wọn independent in 1978. Just as they did so much damage in Yoruba land and the Igbo and the northern part of Nigeria today. Between the 9th and 16th of October 1892, Captain Gibson of HMS Curacao declared each of the Ellis Islands to be a British protectorate. Britain. Oh my God. Wọ́n declare àwọn ọ̀fẹ́ kí àbádẹ́gbà nígbà yẹn wọ́n á fi bọ́ọ̀bù wọ́n á fi pa yín wọ́n á yìnbọn wọ́n á pa gbogbo yàn, and that's what they were doing. Wọ́n ń jalè káàkiri ni, olè ló ń jà everywhere tó bá lọ wọ́n ń jalè káàkiri tí wọ́n ní. Wọ́n yà pé ní wọ́n kọ́ nígbà tí captain yẹn dé bẹ́ẹ̀ ó ní yẹn pé ní British protectorate báwo la dé bíbá yìí àwọn alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ tẹlẹ̀ sí bíbá yìí ẹni tó bá kọ́ tẹlẹ̀ ní. Britain assigned a resident commissioner, just as they assigned Lugard. Kí ló ń pè ní resident commissioner? Was or is an official title of several different types of commissioners who were or representative of any level of government. Historically, they were appointed by the British Crown in overseas protectorate or colonies, and some still exist in this capacity. Interesting. Let's continue. The Ellis Island as part of the British Western Pacific Territory. Ṣẹ̀rí bọ́n ṣe capture gbogbo bẹ̀ yẹn, wọ́n wá pè ní British Western Pacific Territories. And they were running that from 1916. 2 years after tó fún wa ní amalgamation, òun náà lọ ṣe operate in another place. Kò ń ṣojú kan lọ́ ti operate o. They were operating different places. They were moving around in as much as they can move, and they were taking as much as they can take, bring it back to Britain. You got the message. Everybody knows. Ìyàwó Janet ni very interesting. Ṣẹ̀rí pé Britain nígbà tí wọ́n amalgamate wa ẹ jẹ́ kí n highlight ibẹ̀ yẹn kẹ́lẹ̀ mọ́ ibi tí mò ń kà ní sí ibi ìbàyẹn ni mò ń kà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. Why tí wọ́n ti amalgamate Nigeria ní 1914? 2 years after that, between 1916 and 1975, they were managed as part of Gilbert and Ellis Island colony. But there was something that also happened in 1974. They had a referendum. Wọ́n fún wọn ní referendum ní 1974. That was 4 years before I was born. A referendum was held in 1974. Ẹ máa gbọ́ bíbá yìí o. This is ibi tí mò ń kà lọ́wọ́ lélẹ̀. And let me bring it up a little bit. Once again, you are watching a live transmission. A máa ṣojú òpó lálẹ́ yìí, but I don't want us to divert me to somewhere else. My focus point is, look at the question. Nǹkan kan ṣẹlẹ̀ níbì kan, I'm not going to give you room for that here. If tẹ bá ti mẹ́nu lọ́bẹ̀ máa disconnect yín. And I don't have the time to shout. My neighbors are sleeping, and I don't want to disturb my neighbors. A referendum was held in 1974 to determine whether Gilbert Island and the Ellis Island, ẹ mọ̀ pé island méjì ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ni. Ellis Island yẹn ló padà di Tuvalu tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ nísìn. Okay? So kẹ má lọ mix the conversation yẹn. And I hope you are following the conversation. Ìbéèrè tá à ń béèrè lálẹ́ ni pé ǹjẹ́ ìlú kan wà tó ní 12,000 tó nílùú wọn ní passport tiwọn ló wà nísàlẹ̀ tẹ́ ẹ̀ rí yẹn, and wọ́n jayé ayé wọn lè má lówó lọ́wọ́ wọ́n lè má wà okay, but wọ́n keep culture wọn, wọ́n keep language wọn, and they are still having their prime minister ó sì ń sọ̀rọ̀ ní iwájú United Nations. So ta ló wá sọ pé àwa náà as 30 million bí Nigerian government ṣe kà wá a lè nílùú tiwa tí àwa náà máa sọ̀rọ̀ ní United Nations. Let's continue. Tuvalu. A referendum was held in 1974 to determine whether the Gilbert Island and the Ellis Island should each have their own administration, just as they gave Nigeria. What they did was, after the amalgamation, they now said, okay, whatever, immediately after amalgamation, like by independence, so during that amalgamation, they had what they called the Northern Protectorate, and they have the Southern Protectorate. But in tó ṣe ni pé wọ́n kó àwa àti àwọn Igbo wọ́n kó wa papọ̀ as Southern Protectorate, but wọ́n fún North ní its own, North di tiẹ̀ mú nìkan. So tá bá lọ wo the Northern Protectorate, okay, Protectorate. Ẹ máa gbọ́ Northern Nigerian Protectorate, and we also have the Southern Protectorate. Okay? So in the British ṣe ni pé Wọ́n kó àwa papọ̀ pẹ̀lú Igbo middle belt, wọ́n kó gbogbo wa papọ̀, bọ̀ wọ́n wá jẹ́ kí north kóhun dá dúró as northern protectorate. Wọ́n divide the north yẹn púpọ̀ jù. So tá bá lọ wo bíbá yìí nísìn, the southern Nigerian protectorate, mo kàn máa kà briefly ni, okay? Southern Nigeria was a British protectorate in the coastal area of modern-day Nigeria, formed in 1900 from the union of the Niger Coast Protectorate with territory chartered by the Royal Niger Company below Lokoja, which is side of Kogi, on the Niger River. The Lagos colony was later added in 1906, and the territory was officially renamed the Colony and Protectorate of Southern Nigeria in 1914. Southern Nigeria was joined with Northern Nigeria. Kí ló dé tí wọ́n fáwọn náà ní referendum níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn kí olúkálùkù dá dúró lókè ọya lọ́hùn káwa dẹ̀ dá dúró nísàlẹ̀? Rather, wọ́n tún wá kó gbogbo ẹ̀ papọ̀ ní 1914. And you can see why we are going through a lot of problems today in what is known as Nigeria. My name is OLAMILEKAN. This is KOIKIMEDIA, bringing the world closer to your doorstep. The time is just 11 p.m., 27th of September, 2022. I'm going to leave that and come back again to the letter. We're just going through each of these, and I want us to remain focused and not lose attention. Tí bá move around is because mo fẹ́ máa meet check pẹ̀lú lẹ́tà tí ó kújọ́ mẹ́ta tó máa fi expire. Let's go back to define territory. Define territory, the geographical territory of Yoruba land, the Yoruba homeland territory, which we Yoruba have inhabited since 1900. Before 1900, nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ti ń bẹ. It is after the British government came that they destroyed everything. It is the British government that changed the narratives. Ẹ rí pé Bàbá Akíntóyè ti specify ẹ̀ ní pé the territory is there before the British protectorate. But what they did was, in 1914, they now said, okay, let's add the southern Nigeria and then join it with northern Nigeria. And they now eventually call it one Nigeria. And that is why we are going through a lot of problems today. And if we do not leave Nigeria, what we are going to end up having is, we will still be joined, and the British will tell you, based on the letter that I just read, and it says here, and I quote, Nigeria is a trusted partner of United Kingdom, but we do not share the views set out in your correspondence. That the United Kingdom seeks to interfere with Nigerian politics, but you have already interfered with it in 1900. Because what you actually did was, you gave us what is not our own. So you actually interfere. So this letter that is now being released to this our brother by the Nigerian unit, blah, blah, blah in Whitehall. The British government is saying that, can interfere, but war, even though they acknowledge that we have got history during the colonial rule that ended in 1960. But that history is what is giving us as Yoruba people a big problem. What is giving the Hausa people a big problem? What is giving the Igbo people a big problem? Because you match a country together that they don't speak the same language, and we are having issues now. And that is why the letter in 3 days will expire. I'm going to push quickly. Government. We, the Yoruba, are prepared to implement our interim government as soon as possible. Bàbá Akíntóyè lẹ́tà ni mò ń kà yìí o, kẹ́ má béèrè pé Koiki èwo ló tún kà jáde. Lẹ́tà tí wọ́n kọ sí President Muhammadu Buhari, ó dẹ̀ kù ìjọ́ mẹ́ta tí lẹ́tà yẹn máa fi expire. Ẹ má bínú, I think my time is showing 22:45. Ẹ má bínú, we are still 15 minutes before 11 p.m. We are ready to unveil the interim government at a dialogue with the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Is the government going to dialogue with us? I don't know. We have to wait and see. To announce the interim government unilaterally, now we contradict our peaceful approach to realizing our right to self-determination and sovereign statehood, just as Jordan is asking United Nations to allow Palestine to have their own self-determination. Jordan, in a letter that I read or article, King of Jordan delivered Jordan's addressed at the 77th United Nations General Section. I'm going to read that quickly. A man, His Majesty King Abdullah, on Tuesday participated in the 77th section of the United Nations General Assembly, attended by His Royal Highness Crown Prince Hussein. In a speech to the General Assembly, King Abdullah said the Palestine cannot be denied their right to self-determination, noting that there is no place for hatred, division in Jerusalem, according to the royal court statement. So, asking for self-determination is not a crime. The problem we are having is we have too many Yoruba people that are educated, but they want us to remain in one Nigeria and save one Nigeria for the same reason that the British created it in 1900. Let's go back to capacity to enter into international relations. Don't expect a lot of countries to agree with our quest to reclaim and to be known as Yoruba people around the world as against Nigeria. But we will just tell those other countries that we can have good relationship with you. Even about Tuvalu sọ̀rọ̀. Because the Tuvalu people seem to be respecting the view of the United Nations to allow Taiwan to become a member. Ṣé kúkú máa bá president tiwọn náà sọ̀rọ̀ àbí prime minister tiwọn? Pé a máa ní good relationship pẹ̀lú yìí tá a bá dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè. A máa ní àṣejọpọ̀ tó máa ṣiṣẹ́ dáadáa, because the next content I'm going to read now is talking about international relations. Don't expect bigger countries to accept us. But let's look at the smaller countries. We have 195 countries in the world. A gbọ́dọ̀ nílùú tó máa náà máa ṣe ti Yorùbá. A gbọ́dọ̀ nílùú tó gbọ́dọ̀ sọ pé yes, even in the midst of all the situation, they will still support us. Just as Tuvalu government says that they want United Nations to allow Taiwan to become a member. Let's look at what Baba Akintoye wrote at number 4. Capacity to enter international relations. The emergency of the interim government and dialogue, as pointed out in number 3 above, will signify to the international community the emergency of our sovereign state. It will enable our envisioned Yoruba state to enter into international relations with other sovereign states that are already expectant of relation with our imminent Yoruba sovereign state. The above demonstrate our resolve to achieve our sovereign statehood peacefully, devoid of violence or conflict. Mr. President, we hope you will appreciate, reciprocate our peaceful, law-abiding stance and approach as demonstrated abundantly in this letter. Mr. President, we remind you that on 2 different occasions in 2015 and 2017, on the floor of United Nations General Assembly, ìyẹn bàbá ló ń sọ eléyìí, ìyẹn bàbá wa Professor Banji Akintoye ní lẹ́tà tó kọ sí Buhari, wọ́n rán Buhari létí pé ṣó rántí pé o ní 2015, 2016, 2017, ìwọ náà sọ ní United Nations General Assembly tí o fẹnu ara ẹ̀ sọ pé kí wọ́n fún. Let me read it the way it is and I'll try and do my annual brief of translation. Mr. President, we remind you that on 2 different occasions in 2015-2017, on the floor of the United Nations General Assembly, you affirmatively, into February precisely into push fún, stated that self-determination is an inalienable right of every nation in the world, and it is immoral to deny any nation its right of self-determination. When you were asked about the Nigerian situation regarding a major ethnic group agitating for self-determination, you answered that if that ethnic group would pursue its agitation by peaceful means under peaceful organization, the Nigerian state would be obliged to negotiate with that group. Mr. President, we therefore deeply draw your attention to the fact that since we launched our agitation for our Yoruba nation self-determination in the year 2019, we have unfailingly pursued the agitation peacefully. Once again, Tuvalu, Tuvalu people, they have their own country. They are happy people. and they remain happy even in the midst of the little that they have. Friendly people of Tuvalu, wọ́n lè má ní púpọ̀, but they are friendly, they are happy. Just as the Yoruba people are friendly, just as the Yoruba people are happy as well. Let us remind ourselves, if we fail to get Yoruba nation, we will remain a member of Nigeria and we will continue to carry the identity known as Nigeria. It's just as simple as that. Tẹ́ bá sọ pé kí Yorùbá kó má dá dúró, àìtí ready, ká ṣe sùúrù sí, ká má tí lọ, we will just remain part of Nigeria. That's simple as that. Once again, a very good evening and welcome to the program. Okay. Ẹ jẹ́ bá mú charger phone wa wá tí I think one of my phone, I just realized that the battery is low. All right. I'm going to open my phone line soon so that we can have a conversation. So but while I'm just going to go on a short interlude, let us enjoy this.
Created by the hand of black man, that where the black never see the lights. Location learning, that is what it is. The country where the demons send the people slowly. They turn their children to prostitute, and they turn poor children to terrorists. Now, terrorists on the takeover. Yoruba people say we know they do again. Say how we do and that is what we want now. Freedom, 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 freedom. When they come and free us. Freedom, 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 freedom. Location line in Boko Haram. You know I'm a harsh politician at the S-man. Fake promises everywhere. Fake miracle everywhere. Fake me to anywhere. What do people wanna go? The Afro people wanna go. Location for one and you need to break up. Freedom, 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 freedom. We need freedom. Freedom, freedom, freedom.
Thank you so much once again as we're back into the conversation. My name is OLAMILEKAN, and in just 6 minutes I will open my phone line. But let me quickly read the letter that we have here and complete that letter, and then we can open the phone line. Number tẹ́ máa pè sí òun náà ni nọ́mbà tí ó ní yellow bar yẹn tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú +44 nígbà tí a bá ti ṣí ojú òpó ní 11 o'clock. So wọ́n rán Buhari létí nípa àwọn nǹkan tó sọ lórí self-determination. So just to fast track this before we open the phone line. Mr. President, we are therefore dutifully draw your attention at the self-determination movement. We have created the Yoruba self-determination movement, YSDM, known as the worldwide machinery for orderly, competent, effective collaboration of our organization in this noble project. Moreover, a 35-page manual to instruct our people in the peaceful ways and the means for our self-determination agitation with the title, We Yoruba Nation Choose the Noble Path to Noble Goal, Manual for the Yoruba Self-Determination Struggle, was published in February 2020. Once again, as we continue the quest to exit the contraction known as Nigeria, my question is, what happened after the expiration of this letter? Because this letter will expire in just 3 days from today. What happened? Kí ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀ lẹ́yìn letter yẹn? Again, further in pursuing our resolve to promote our self-determination struggle peacefully with respect for the law, we have held many peaceful mass rallies in every state of our homeland in Nigeria, and we are still doing that up to today, where they had one in Oyo. There will be one coming up this Friday, known as IGBOHO Mega Rally. Please do join us on that fateful day. We have held many peaceful mass rallies in every state of our homeland in Nigeria. The first and the smallest of these rallies was held in our Ibadan city in Oyo on April 17, 2021, and I attended that as well. It attracted as many as 1.3 million of our Yoruba citizens, and the largest one on the record was held in Ado-Ekiti, which I'm sure a lot of you will be reminding yourself with this video. So this is a rally. The rally of Ekiti. You don't see the way. So rally tí bàbá ń reference sí nínú lẹ́tà yẹn òun ni mo sọ nísìn. Ado-Ekiti on the June 5, 2021, with about 2.1 million of our people participating. The Yoruba people in diaspora have held similar peaceful rallies, in many countries, United Nations headquarters, in UK, Libya, all over the world. And to just be in conclusion of this letter, Mr. President, along the line of peaceful approach and respect for the government and laws of Nigeria, we reiterated our wish to engage in direct negotiation with the federal government of Nigeria as the final stretch of our peaceful route towards the realization of our Yoruba nation self-determination and the establishment of our Yoruba sovereign nation state. For this purpose, we propose as follows: that the Nigerian federal government, in view of the serious urgency on the situation, shall within the coming days, but not later than this Friday, the 30th of September. You heard me very well. This letter expired this Friday, and it's not going to be more than that Friday, according to the letter. I'll repeat that again. That the Nigerian federal government, in view of this serious urgency, urgency is not something that I should just brush aside and say is nothing. That's what the letter says. But what are we going to do after this letter? Remember that there's a country right there known as Tuvalu. Tuvalu population is 12,000. They have their own prime minister. They have their own flag. They have their own anthem. They have their own small economy. It might not be as strong as a lot of countries around the world, but they are still using their prime minister to talk to United Nations to allow UN to give Taiwan a membership on the floor of United Nations. Can we speak to Tuvalu? Àwa Yorùbá náà máa fẹ́ lọ. Ìjẹ́ ní bá wa dá sọ́rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀. There will be smaller countries that will respect us, that will be ready to welcome us in the global community. But if we don't do certain things and move to this next stage, they're not going to do anything. They'll probably just be watching us from behind the scene. So just to conclude this, and the line is open, I'll pick up my phone if you want to call, during the call of this program. Once again, when you call, I'm not taking any other conversation. I'm not going to allow that. My focus is what we are discussing. Ìlú kan wà tó jẹ́ 12,000. Ǹjẹ́ ìlú yẹn tó ní ẹ̀tọ́ láti jẹ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìlú, kí ló ṣe tí àwa náà lè dàbí ìlú? Are we qualified? Do we have all it takes to become a nation? We have everything. But it's just that people are concerned. People are worried. People are frustrated. Probably people are getting tired of the movement. And that is why I have to take you to this country called Tuvalu and ask ourselves as Yoruba people, if this country is not even up to one of our streets, as somebody say, in Musholosha. Bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ sí Musholosha lédè ní sí wọn níná. Wọ́n ní a lot of things as a citizen. But there's a country that is just less than 12,000. and his people at least have what they call their own nation. They have their own language. Àwọn aráàlú yẹn lè ń wò lókè yẹn, passport wọn ló wà nísàlẹ̀. Ǹjẹ́ àwa náà lè dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè? Ǹjẹ́ lẹ́yìn Friday kí ni àwọn bàbá máa tún ṣe lẹ́yìn? Àbí kí ló máa ṣe tá máa mọ̀ tó máa hàn sí wa? They might do things that will be known to us, or they might have to do things that is not known to us. But as we are all expecting that Friday is just how many days away, what is the expectation of you as a Yoruba man, a Yoruba woman, a non-person that believe in, if you don't believe in the movement, but what do you think should happen after Friday, the 30th of September? The line is open, +447404059117. Today is the 27th of September 2022. My name is OLAMILEKAN. As we are asking the question, kí la rò kó máa ṣẹlẹ̀? The letter expired. Have you heard about this country? 12,000 population. They are not big, but they are not too small, but they are enjoying their life in their little way. Those of us that says the Yorubas are not ready, when are we going to be ready? Are we really serious? Or are we all just playing that we want to go, but we are not ready to go? Which one are you on? On which side? We can talk from now till thy kingdom come. I'm going to read some of your comments as I'm seeing them coming through. Tijani Musa say, after the 30th, we can declare. Okay. Kelo says, declaration we want now, no time again, White Lion. Okay. Let's pick some of your comment on YouTube. Michael Cross says, we need mega rally and declaration. Kudus Agbabiaka, Yoruba nation will solve all the problems and let's remain focused on that. Yoruba nation is non-negotiable. Okay. Interesting. All right. Let's take the first call. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Hello. I'm going.
Hello.
What
we're expecting, what I expect after is
all right.
We're expecting declaration.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Nothing more.
Okay, nothing more. First caller said declaration. I just spotted my mom. Good evening and welcome to the program. Yoruba Nation, no retreat, no surrender. Let's go to the next caller quickly. Hello, caller.
Hello, Mr. Koiki.
Awani.
Ekale, sir.
Ekale.
Okay. Maybe location and I think maybe or letter.
Yeah.
We'll take it from our respond. Why? Because let me see who. Terry, I will hear one more complain. I want to support one Nigeria. Why?
Okay.
Because
okay.
Hello, Taba Lossy B Sports.
Okay.
Hello, China 85.
Okay.
Golden Eaglet.
Okay.
Omo Yoruba mélòó ló wà ńbẹ̀?
Okay.
Ẹ wá tó lọ sí Canada 87. Omo Yoruba mélòó ló wà ńbẹ̀?
Okay.
Àwa iná ló kù náà. Kí ló mú wọn tẹ́ fílà lè dá dúró? Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀?
Okay.
But èmi kà sá máa bẹ̀ wọ́n bí contribution tèmi pé ẹ jẹ́ ká sì ní sùúrù dọjọ́ yẹn náà ká mọ tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀.
Okay.
Mi ò jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni.
Ọlọ́wà ti wá rí sá.
Àmín. Ìlú kan wà tí à ń pè ní Tuvalu. Ní ẹ̀ní gbogbo population wọn is 12,000 and they are enjoying their life. Let's go to Libya where we have the next caller. Number tẹ́ máa pè ó ló wà nínú yellow box yẹn +447404405917. Ẹgbọ́n sókè láti Libya.
Ẹ ká
Ẹ̀kálẹ́ o.
Ṣé gbogbo àwọn country kékeré because we have a lot of small country even though Libya and Saigon they are just 6 million people. So èmi wò pé irú àwọn bàbá wa wọ́n gbìyànjú láti bá wa kọ lẹ́tà sí gbogbo àwọn country yẹn bí àwọn country mi wà tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n tó lẹ́ ohun ilẹ̀ Yorùbá rárá bí Barbados ní agbọ́ pé wíyá sí 800,000 ni wọ́n. And water they are just small island as well.
Okay.
Àti even though gan káwo bí Vatican City they are just maybe they are not even up to 1,000. Maybe no they are not up to 100,000 maybe 70-something thousand or 50-something thousand in Vatican City.
Okay.
So wọ́n bá wa gbìyànjú bí àkọ́kọ́ lẹ́tà àti gbogbo àwọn country yẹn ṣe máa ní website yẹn fún yàn lè fi sẹ́ẹ̀dì lẹ́tà sí wọn kọ́ jẹ́ kó fi mọ̀ pé àwọn òfin orílẹ̀ Yorùbá ìlú kan náà wà tó jẹ́ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá òfin fún our declaration. So by the time we just declare our country yẹ mọ̀ irú àwọn country yẹn ṣe we can keep having àwọn máa níbi àwọn relationship pẹ́pẹ́pẹ́ pẹ̀lú wọn tó bá dé pé àwa náà wọ́n ti tiẹ̀ wọ́n tí àbá gbìyànjú láti tẹ̀lé àwọn lẹ́tà yẹn sí wọn nísìnyí ẹ mọ̀ pé tó máa wà tó difficult láti sáré accept wa bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn before declaration àwọn major country bíi àwọn UK France yẹn mo mọ̀ pé a máa fi àwọn 100% sure pé most of that country nísìn wọn ò ní fẹ́ ní relationship pẹ̀lú wa because they will be seeing it that maybe bóyá a betray Nigeria ṣe mọ̀. Ọ̀kan tó ní accept láti lè ṣe business pẹ̀lú wa ó máa pẹ́ but àwọn small country yẹn tó jẹ́ pé àwọn náà ń wá táwọn náà máa partnership pẹ̀lú àwọn ìlú yẹn ṣe àti kọ́kọ́ lu opportunity yẹn ká máa bá wọn fi ṣe business. Before wọ́n pé a lè padà wá ní relationship pẹ̀lú àwọn France àwọn ìlú ńláńlá yẹn tó wọ́n bá wà gbìyànjú wọ́n send letter sáwọn ìlú yẹn bí àwọn Barbados Vatican City àwọn ìlú kéréje yẹn tó wọ́n bá wà gbìyànjú tó yẹ pé lẹ́tà yẹn kan tó bá káwá tó ní headline gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ onílù náà àwa náà lè mú lẹ́tà yẹn náà káwa náà send it gbogbo àwọn country website yẹn ká lè fi recognize wa. So gẹ́gẹ́ bí òye ti Mr. House.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni, thank you so much. Once again, a very good evening to those of you that have joined us. The number is +44 7404 405917. 3 days lókù tí lẹ́tà yẹn máa expire. Okay, somebody saying something. I'm going to change that. Ẹ má bínú mo ti rí ibi tí ẹ̀rọ yẹn wà. I'm going to change that. Bear with me. I've seen that error. I will change that to Tuesday instead of Sunday. Let's take the next call quickly from Chicago. Hello, caller.
Hello, sir.
I'm going.
Everybody, and they will put my expire in 3 days now. So, in order for all this energy, see our youth to our right now. After that 30th of September, sir, and Joe, have a go call. Take we about quiet. In our youth can't do. And the guy did the can't about our Sunday go lay, casually, and a big declaration.
Okay.
I mean, once and for all.
Okay.
But let me see if solution here.
All right. I should go and edit day. I think we've done that. Thank you so much from Chicago. The last caller, and this is where on the right, that's it. Only WhatsApp call will get through. If you're trying to call us. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Nǹkan tí máa ń sọ fún àwọn èèyàn ni pé ṣẹlẹ àwọn leaders one time yẹn wọn ní strategy nínú ìgbéyàwó yìí strategy yẹn ni problem wa. Ẹ bá wo àwọn Fúlàní Britain wọ́n mọ̀ nípa bí wọ́n lè dé Nàìjíríà gbogbo liberty gbogbo freedom wọn nínú Nàìjíríà yẹn Britain ló ṣe èmi dẹ̀ suspect pé ó dàbí Britain lò wọ́n ṣẹ́rígbà ni wọ́n kọ́kọ́ wá wọ́n rí pé àwa South yẹn ó dàbí àwa well organized wọn ò mọ báwọn ṣe lè penetrate wa wọ́n wá lo Fúlàní because wọ́n dúdú wọ́n lò wọ́n wá promise wọn pé àwọn máa fún wọn lẹ̀ àwọn máa help wọn ọ̀nà ń jẹ́ kí Fúlàní fi lẹ́nu àwọn bàbá wa wọ́n wá gbòmìnira ńgbà yẹn náà ní strategy wọ́n dàbí ẹni pé àwọn ọmọ tí wọn ò rí ọlá rí ọlá tí wọ́n rí wọ́n pa ogun ẹ̀jẹ̀ ẹ gbà bẹ́ẹ̀ nǹkan tí mo sọ yìí mo ti bá many people sorry many sọ pé kò sínú diary kankan dictionary kankan kò sínú any history book mi ní àwọn nǹkan kan wà tí ò ní sí nínú ọ̀fàtì ni. Kẹ bá wo àwọn island tẹ́ ẹ̀ sọ yìí kí Nàìjíríà bá fẹ́ vote United Nations bá ṣe jẹ́ 200 million yẹn ìlú tó jẹ́ 12,000 yìí equal voting right lájọ ní which is nonsense. France gan mélòó náà fi tó wa àwọn ìlú kọ̀ọ̀kan wà ní Europe kó jẹ́ bí wọ́n tó wa a dẹ̀ máa ní equal voting right vote kan fún 200 million people ẹ wá ní kí Africa wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ lẹ́nu nínú United Nations kọ́ la mo ṣe máa lẹ́nu Nàìjíríà kan lásán yẹ kó jẹ́ bí 15 country ló máa lọ láti bẹ̀ fún black ó wá sọ di ẹyọ kan àwa lójú kan láti how many years láti how many years kí ni Nàìjíríà fún wa kí ló fi kún ìgbésí ayé wa kò sí nǹkan kan kó fi kún ìgbésí ayé wa ọkọ mo bẹ̀ bẹ̀ àwa Yorùbá nation nígbà máa gbà o kaba dẹ̀ fẹ́ nǹkan history tẹ̀sán yìí gbogbo kan tẹ̀sán yìí kẹ bá fẹ́ kó ní àtúnṣe ká dẹ̀ mọ bí ọ̀tá ṣe ń wo àárín wa a gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ kí àwọn ọba yẹn wà ní decision making wa o because ẹ mọ nǹkan reason kì í ṣe sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn ní òyìnbó bá as the leader wa àwọn ló lè dépò nǹkan tí wọ́n agree pẹ̀lú òyìnbó ní house wa wọ́n bá ní representative ó kàn máa jẹrà nù wọn ni bọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ kó jẹ́ National Assembly ní bẹ̀rẹ̀ foundation wa house mi ẹ pé káwọn ọba yẹn máa send the representative yẹn ò bí pé wọn ò ní vote a máa vote fún wọn nínú àwọn representative yà wá la máa vote wọn wọn ò dẹ̀ ní kí wọ́n jẹ́ politician irú Gani Fáwẹ̀mí yẹn ń sìn kó bá jẹ́ pé àfọwọ́n ọba láyè ó lè lọ through gan wọn ọba á dẹ̀ lọ sí National Assembly ìgbà yẹn la ṣe ń lo knowledge ní lọ́ọ̀yà kó kàdúgbò but títí wọ́n fi kó ààrẹ education àgẹ́ni ẹ̀ gbogbo akọ̀ǹkọ̀ as an individual woman being àfi develop ìlú wa ọ̀gá bá ti fún àwọn ọba yẹn ní representative ṣe ní gbogbo ìwà tọ́wọ́n ọba yẹn wù pátápátá ló máa stop because wọ́n ti ní representative tó máa lọ sọ̀rọ̀ fún wọn lára ìgbà yẹn la ṣe ní democracy ìgbà yẹn làṣírí máa tú òyìnbó ṣe dé tí wọ́n dé sí nǹkan tí wọ́n ṣe ní nǹkan tó báyìí náà ṣe bọ̀ nísìnyí ká wà pẹ̀lú Nàìjíríà ṣé káwọn bá tiẹ̀ ní stream bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn kó bá gbé jáde pé Buhari máa dáhùn sí ó máa lóhùn owó àwọn ni ó wà ní aká ìdí òní. sọ ẹgbẹ́ ká gba ìlú wa ìgbà yẹn la máa mú bí ọ̀tá ṣe wo àárín wa ìgbà yẹn la máa mú present ara wa. ẹ ṣe gan fún Ọlọ́run àdẹ̀jẹ́ kó wá kí akíyẹmí àwọn Yorùbá wa.
ẹ ṣe gàdé. Thank you so much. Once again, mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ìyàwó Janet ni we remain slave to Fulani. Abati Taiwo sọ pé we are good to go. Ìyàn kan ní kò síná ní Máfolúkù ní Òṣòdì. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ṣe fẹ́ pé a ṣì wà lórí ètò ìgbóná lẹ́ máa ráyè wọlé. Ẹ kò bá máa mute background àti fẹ́ gbọ́ra wa nínú àdẹ̀ni máa pariwo púpọ̀ lálẹ́. Ẹ mute background then please. That's where we have problem. Ẹ mute please. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹni tó bá ti ń pè wá ẹ máa ní láti mute if not a máa disconnect yín ẹ tún pè padà tí bá tún gbọ́ pé ẹ ṣì ń mute a máa disconnect yín ẹ lọ́ọ́ ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò Ìjẹ̀bú parapọ̀ mega rally lọ́jọ́ Jímọ̀ yìí ni kò ní kọjá Jímọ̀ yìí Ẹgbọ́n sókè ìyá wa tó ń pè wá.
Mr. Koiki, government.
Ọjọ́ kan pẹ́ mi.
My own view about we calling on British government of the time is kind of different because our people yìí wọ́n ti ṣe nǹkan tó máa ṣe ọ̀bẹ tí kọ́ ọmọ lọ́wọ́ ọmọ ti sọ̀bẹ wọ́n ti lọ wọ́n wà bẹ́ẹ̀ o but they cannot come out boldly láti sọ pé àwọn ń jọba lórí Nàìjíríà mọ́ abẹ́ náà ti ń ṣe. So gbogbo dábàá ṣe ń gbèdé àti arrogate too much for that pé àwọn náà ń wòdù aláti ṣe wa ló máa ti ṣàrẹ̀. These people they are there but when the chiefs are down can they come out and say we cannot? They can't anymore. Abẹ́ náà ti máa sọ kìíní. Abẹ́ so we should just dissuade ourselves from making them the most the unifying force. Àwọn náà ti wà mú. Fúlàní lórí mo sorry for the language àwọn ní ìka tó jẹ́ pé láti ìgbà tí àwọn bàbá wa ti darapọ̀ làwọn ti plan ìfò let's call a spade a spade ẹni burúkú tó bá tẹ̀lé kéèyàn burúkú ṣe nǹkan gan náà tó bá ní kéèyàn ṣe nǹkan tó bá ṣe èèyàn burúkú níbi tó máa ṣe mọ́ so these people wọ́n kàn lè wà lábẹ́ kò dẹ̀ sí nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe tó fẹ́ máa kó weapon fún wọn ni wọ́n máa kó fún wọn lẹ́yìn ni wọ́n pọ̀ kó ti lè ṣe. Kò sí nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe lè bí ṣàǹsà nígbà ká yé sọ pé British because the woman now say pé àwọn gbogbo ṣe mọ̀ pé wọ́n wà gbogbo àwọn ò mọ nǹkan tó ń pẹ̀ àwọn ti ṣe nǹkan táwọn lè ṣe we have an history and now we wish you well ó sì máa sọ nìyẹn nígbà táwọn bá rẹ́dì láti bá ṣe nǹkan tá a fẹ́ ṣe ká lè bí ọ̀nì ẹ̀jẹ̀ máa kó máa tó ìjọba. You understand me?
Yeah.
So it's we are àti àwọn Fúlàní yẹn. So ìjà wa ọ̀rọ̀ wa ìjà wa lè mọ ní ojú kan adé lè wà focus. Tí ó bá dẹ̀ wá dìgbà yẹn kán wá dìde gbogbo ayé náà máa wí. Because this is it. Àwọn people yẹn náà dààmú wa ẹ jẹ́ ká face wọn àwọn British or no British wọ́n wà bẹ́ẹ̀ a máa ignore wọn ni. Because àwọn ṣe ń sìn pé àwọn mọ̀ kankan. So if they say they don't mọ̀ kankan àwa náà mọ̀ wọ́n. So we will do this fight putting them at the background pé.
So now that the letter is going to expire in the next almost 72 hours or thereabout, what kind of expectation are we looking up to with our leaders in terms of moving forward in this quest for the self-determination? Because this letter, if I go back to what it says here, that the Nigerian government, in view of the serious urgency, because ọ̀rọ̀ tó serious ni tó dẹ̀ ṣe pàtàkì wọ́n ní àwọn tẹ̀ ní fún wọn láyè títí di after the 30th of Friday wọ́n really specify but not later than Friday September the 30th. Kí ni opinion yín àti view yín on that?
Ṣé tí mẹ́mà sọ báyìí ni? Tí wọ́n bá reply gan I will be surprised.
Okay.
These are people tí wọ́n gbà fún rule of law. They don't regard nobody. If Buhari replies that letter, I'll be more surprised. Màá rò pé bóyá torí pé wọ́n ti sọ̀rọ̀ fún ní United Nations meeting ló ṣe reply. Because the guy the people, they don't know nothing. All they want is what they want. And what they regard anybody. You see the way they are operating. So if he will reply, I'll be very, very surprised. So it's we nígbà tí mo fi tá à lọ, we will not leave it the time tí wọ́n collect our meeting. Nítorí pé nǹkan tó ṣe ní December last year tó collect our tí ò dáhùn. Wọ́n ò lè dáhùn. Wọ́n mọ nǹkan tó fẹ́ sọ, wọ́n mọ nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe. Wọ́n dúró ká ṣe worst wa. So àwa ni ká plan àwọn leaders wa yẹ kó ti mọ̀, kó dẹ̀ ti mọ̀ the next step tó wọ́n ta máa take. If it doesn't reply, we fulfill all righteousness. The letter is fulfilling all righteousness.
Okay.
And we've done it. We come there and we try their best. So the next step, we are rally one that they must go on with.
Okay.
Because this people reply. Mr. Koiki, I will give you 500 pounds.
Okay. So if I may ask, what I mean, I know that we are talking about rallies to continue, which is already going on as we speak right now. But what more should our leaders be ready to work with? Work with international community. We continue rally. Yes, we're talking. We're asking people to be part of this movement, encouraging people. Look on 11,000. What in turn you can view there should be. I mean, even if they're not telling us everything, but area where you feel if you have the opportunity to communicate with them, what kind of area should we be pushing towards after the 30th of September?
As a person, go with the mass rally.
Okay, with the
We
mass
go
rally.
on with the mass rally.
Okay.
Straight away.
Okay.
So we go on with the mass rally. Then the next step, what we know, we declare.
Okay.
That's all.
All right. So your view is that mass rally and then we declare.
That's it.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah. Go ahead. Yes. Yes.
I keep saying salt is to salt in your to sweeten because but when the salt loses value, what do we do with it? We throw it away.
Okay.
Institution of our bias. And when your ambassador or two are interested enough, how do you now go and force them to come and lead us? Do you understand? We don't need to wait for any Oba or any Oga expect Oba or people in IS something in one power, whatever today. No, like today. At least they are taking what you can tell you one and people the awareness is catching on everybody.
Okay.
So I need to pay because at the end of the day, I will go to the Yoruba nation. I don't know morally, the chaos. Right. And they will be victim. I want Yoruba nation, but not save one. Anyway, God bless you.
Right. Thank you so much. Once again, you're watching a live transmission. Good evening to you, Ama Ache, and all the brothers and sisters from the Biafra as we continue our quest. Eba, mute the background there. Eba, mute the background, please. Yeah.
I think we should go for the mega rally.
Okay.
In the days on which, as a chief said it, that we should not look for months again. After the 30th of this month.
Okay. When you say we should go for the mega rally, somebody's actually asking, can rally actually help the situation in a centralized country with a question mark? In general,
yes,
only actualize it. Okay.
It can, because when we do the rally, we don't do the rally because of this is for us to declare our nation.
Okay.
This is what we are looking for. We can't just wake up and declare. No, we have to let the people know after when we're doing the rally within it.
So it's like just to build a momentum. So it's like we have to build the momentum.
Yes.
Okay. What about those that are concerned that if you go for that section and then it backfires, or I was reading a particular group, and that group was really
let me tell you, all of us cannot be expecting, especially the way and manner Nigeria operates.
Okay.
Anything can happen. Everybody should prepare his mind.
Okay.
We are not a coward. A coward a coward hides. Face it.
Okay.
We have to face the situation. That is why we're telling everybody, not only this year, last year or 2 years, that they should go and prepare themselves. Wow. Anything can happen. We just have to take our land. They are there to take our land from us. And we said no. And we can't continue to be slaves under them. They don't come like that, but in a stylish way. They slave you. What you want, you cannot have it. Your land in your house, as soon as when you're living in Nigeria, they discover gold, they will pull your house down because of the gold under your foundation. They don't care. As soon as they give you 100,000, is that 100,000 build your house for you? They take our right for us, and nobody can say nothing. This is the time we have to stand for our right.
Okay.
The big man today, look at the oil. Oil belongs to Nigeria. It belongs to the people of Nigeria. But it's a few people in the caucus. They're taking it. Does it make sense? Nobody poor.
Okay.
You will see the woman of 70, 75 going to my church to do alabaru. Does it make sense?
Okay. So view tí ní pé we okay.
So we have to stand to take. Wọ́n ní ìjọba ọ̀run di àfagbára wọ̀. Àwọn alágbára ló fi ipá gbà. A ní láti fi ipá gba ohun ìní wa lọ́wọ́ wọn. Amúnisìn ni wọ́n àti àwọn Yorùbá wa àti àwọn Igbo àti àwọn Hausa. This thing does not belong to me. It doesn't be only Fulani alone. But Fulani always come out to say that I've come to rule. I'm showing you. But Yoruba hide. Look at things you have been saying. Did you see any politician come out to say no, I support you? The politician will come out, he will hide. He said, I don't want them to see me. Why you don't want them to see you? Nítorí pé ṣekúṣẹyẹ ni wọ́n.
Wow. Interesting.
Ìjọba wà tí inú Bíbélì sọ pé wherever you are, your spirit is not there. Say get out there. But these people does not want to get out there. They remain there. Their mind is not there. But they don't want to. But they are participating in what they are doing. Means they are the same feather. So we have to come out. Please, let our people know. Ẹ̀múra máa gba ìlú wa. Máa ṣe ìjọba wa. Àwọn arúgbó wa wá ní ẹ̀tọ́ láti lọ sí hospital. Lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́, we don't suppose to pay. Even in this land I find myself, as soon as I'm 60, 2 years ago, I didn't pay for medicine again. My first pass, because I'm a driver, I don't want, but I have another one, which they call the freedom pass. So why can't we do all these things? And we have the resources in Nigeria. We have it in abundance. God gives us in abundance. For the few people they are cornering it and taking. Wọ́n wá fi gbogbo ìlú sílẹ̀ fún òṣì. Wọ́n fi gbogbo àwọn èèyàn sílẹ̀ fún ìyà. Báwo ni ìlú yóò ṣe ṣe tiwọn bẹ́ẹ̀? So ẹ jẹ́ ká dìde. Bí wọ́n bá ti di on the 31st, on the 30th, I believe Baba will do something. So we can not the day of our rally. Tá a bá pẹ́ lórí ìgbẹ́, èṣìkéṣì ni ó máa bá wa níbẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ kó ń sọ̀gbà tá a máa ṣe rally. Oníkálùkù jáde wọn ò lè pa wá tán. Wọn ò lè pa wá tán. À ń tẹ̀tọ̀ wa lọ́wọ́ wọn. That is my own.
Well, Eshegoni and Eshegoni Yawa for that call. Anytime pé náà gbóná lè máa láǹfààní. Nọ́mbà kan péré ni ẹ máa ráyè wọlé sí, ẹ máa ṣe sùúrù ni. Ẹni bá ń pe any other number is not going to come through and you're only going to call one number. WhatsApp only +44 +44 7404 405 917. We have a new caller on the line. Hello, caller.
Hello, Ekale Barakoki.
Ekale ma.
Iṣẹ́ Olúwa o.
Àwa ni ẹ mà.
Ọlọ́run máa ràn yín lọ́wọ́.
Àmín mà.
Ṣé rí èmi tí mi fẹ́ sọ ni pé lórí ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn ọba tàbí àwọn ọba, ṣebí gbogbo wọn náà ti kọ lẹ́tà sí.
Okay. Yeah.
Àwọn èdè mi tún fẹ́ sọ pé bóyá ká tó kọ lẹ́tà sí wọn nígbà kejì.
Okay.
Pé àwa o, a ti ṣe tán o.
Okay.
Àwa náà la ní ilẹ̀ wa. A ti ṣe tán o. Àkọlẹ́tà sí kò ṣe tẹ́ ẹ sọ o. Báyìí o, a ti ṣe tán, a ti pépè lọ. Ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn o, kò ń ṣe nǹkan tó lè ẹjẹ́ àkọlẹ́tà sí wọn nígbà kejì. Kan tó sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ fún wọn. Bẹ́ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú làwọn pásítọ̀, gbogbo àwọn olórí ẹlẹ́sìn wọ̀nyẹn. Tí wọ́n bá ti kọlẹ́tà sí wọn tẹ́lẹ̀, kan tó kọlẹ́tà míì sí wọn. Ṣé ẹ̀rọ àwọn Haúsá yẹn kò sí ìrọ̀kan nígbà wọn ti reply ẹ̀ kan lè reply láéláé. Ìdí kò kọ́ ká fi wọ́n sílẹ̀. Wọ́n bá ti kọlẹ́tà sí wọn bàbá máa wá gbé àwa gbé.
Okay.
Ní tèmi fẹ́ sọ.
Eshegoni, thank you so much. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń gbọ́ wa, tí ẹ̀ ń wò wá. Àwọn ọlọ́pọlọ ọlọ́gbọ́n ló ń gbọ́ wa. Ìlú kan wà tá à ń pè ní Tuvalu. Gbogbo population wọn kò ju 12,000 lọ. Ìlú ni wọ́n. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. Ǹjẹ́ àwa náà lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ láti jẹ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìlú kan ẹgbẹ́ òsókè?
Yes, ẹ káàsán Mr. Koiki.
Ẹ káàbọ̀.
Láti US ní Atlanta.
Ẹ gbọ́ rẹ̀.
Nǹkan tí fẹ́ sọ ni pé mo agree díẹ̀ sí nǹkan tí last caller yẹn sọ, mo dẹ̀ tún agree sí nǹkan tó sọ.
Àní agree síra wa kò mọ̀ ní ìmọ̀ta. Ẹ gbọ́ rẹ̀.
Nǹkan tí fẹ́ sọ ni wípé it's time wípé after 3 days níjọ fẹ́ tó bá ti expire ká tètè declare Yorùbá nation.
Okay.
That's the most important thing.
Okay.
Then secondly, tá bá ti declare yẹn, I need láti máa bá àwọn country kan very fast ká tètè yan representative because a gbọ́dọ̀ fi nǹkan falẹ̀.
Okay.
Like àwọn country kan ní Africa wọ́n ti support wa. Even gangan mo lè mention ìkan lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ wa, Republic of Benin. Èdè kan náà la jọ ń sọ. Ghana àti declare sí ni we can push pẹ̀lú àwọn representative wa kọ́ lọ sí UN tó ṣe tán ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ṣe tán yẹn. Kọ́ọ̀hún náà bọ́ síwájú kọ́ sọ pé kí president wọn sọ pé yes we support Yoruba people. Yóò nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ nítorí pé àti declare Yoruba nation ní kí ní ṣe ń falẹ̀. That is the most important thing taba declare. Brazil wà ń bẹ̀ yẹn. Tẹ́gbà lè gbé dìde. Ọmọ pàwọ́ dáadáa Brazil, Republic of Benin, Togo, wọ́n some little country bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn tó lè help wa. Láti lè tètè get me. Then lẹ́tà tí máa ti ẹ̀ka nípa pé àwọn British ní pé kọ́ ṣe kí ni kọ́. That letter tẹ́bá èèyàn tó bá wo lẹ́tà yẹn dáadáa.
The content.
Comment táwọn British tó nǹkan tó kọ síbẹ̀ yẹn pé.
How are crafty?
Kò sí nǹkan tó kàn wọ́n.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Nǹkan tó bá ń wù yìí kẹ́ lọ ṣe o. Bó bá ń wù yìí kẹ́ declare lẹ́yìn. Àwọn ó wà òkè fún wọn ni. Wọ́n fún wa ní go ahead lèèyàn tó bá ka lẹ́tà yẹn dáadáa. Nígbẹ́ ẹ lọ ṣe nǹkan tó bá ń wù yìí. Kò sí tó kàn wọ́n. Àwọn ti fún yín ní independent láti 1960. Tẹ́ bá dẹ̀ fẹ́ lọ ẹ máa lọ. Ẹ lọ ṣe nǹkan tó bá ń wù yìí. It's your own land. Ó wá kù sí wa lọ́wọ́ bá ṣe fẹ́ tó kìíní. And if we don't move very fast. In the next 10 or 20 years, akọ̀mọ́ move around the circle báyìí. Need ọba kankan kó represent wa níbi kankan. Tàbá ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ló ń pe ọba kan kó wá bá wa lọ́bì kankan ọba kankan need ọba kankan kó lọ́bì kankan. Àwa youth àtàwọn tá a ti ní bí ọ̀n bàbá bí ọ̀n màmá ó ti tó láti ṣe kínní fún wa. So nǹkan tèmi fẹ́ sọ nìyẹn. And again mo bó òyìnbó kan sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ọ̀rọ̀ kínní. Òyìnbó yẹn sọ fún mi is my colleague níbi iṣẹ́. Ó ní tá a bá jà because nígbà tí mo sọ nípa situation wa fún tí mo fi kankan wọn. Ó ní if we don't fight a lè get kínní yìí o. Tábà dìgbà kínní
wọ́n ti náà níjà wọ́n náà níjà wọ́n ní àwọn àgbà níjà.
A ní láti jà tó bá ti dìgbà kínní yẹn.
Wọ́n ti sọ pé
There
àníjà.
is a lot of things that lè ṣe.
Wọ́n
A
náà
lot of
níjà.
countries tó lè support wa.
Wọ́n náà níjà.
Irú Brazil yẹn, we go and meet them, we arrange some certain things with them, we will make a relationship pẹ̀lú wọn. They will support us with a lot of things. To get our independence, and then to support one international, all other international countries.
As we are taking more calls, I'm just trying to get a video of Bill Clinton ready for us to watch. It's not a long version. Let us enjoy that video and then we'll take the calls back. It's just 56 seconds and then we will then continue the conversation. The conversation tonight is Tuvalu is 12,000 population. Their prime minister spoke at the United Nations General Assembly, telling the UN to allow Taiwan to be a member of the United Nations. Ǹjẹ́ Yorùbá náà ní right láti demand pé àwa náà fẹ́ dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè? That is the conversation tonight. Why can't Yoruba have a nation is the question. Let's watch this video and we'll come back again.
But our historic memory includes the notion that your greatest days were under Ivan, Peter the Great, and Catherine the Great. In other words, when you could control your neighbors. And people don't want to be controlled anymore. They want to be free to chart their own course. I'll never forget the first time a man with impeccable military credentials, the warden of Rhodes House, who was Admiral Viscount Montgomery's aide de camp in World War II, said, you know, you're going to have to leave Vietnam. But Our historic memory includes the notion that your greatest days were under Ivan, Peter the Great, and Catherine the Great. In other words, when you control your neighbors, and people don't want to be controlled anymore. They want to be free to chart their own course. I'll never forget the first time a man with impeccable military credentials, the warden of Rhodes House, who was Admiral Viscount Montgomery's aide to camp in World War II, said, you know, you're going to have to leave Vietnam. For the same reason we had to leave Nigeria. We left Nigeria in a horrible war. 3 million people died. But we had to go, and you're going to have to go. And I said, why? He said, because they don't want you.
All right. You heard Bill Clinton there. We will analyze what Bill Clinton said. And I think I have something I jotted here that I want to remind myself all the time. Bill Clinton, they have to feel secure in their own identity. Ǹjẹ́ a wà secure pẹ̀lú identity tá à ń pè ní Nàìjíríà? Ẹja gbọ́ níbi tí kọ́lá yìí náà ti sọ̀rọ̀. Pálí tẹ̀ ń wò nísàlẹ̀ yẹn, pásítọ̀tì ìlú tó jẹ́ 12,000 tá à ń pè ní Tuvalu. Number 43 ni passport ranking wọn. Màá lọ gbé ti Nàìjíríà sí lókè. Ti Nàìjíríà is about 83. Go ahead, caller, and welcome to the program.
Hello.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Máa ń follow you ti pẹ́ but mo dúpẹ́ tí mo get through lálẹ́ yẹn láti rí n bá sọ̀rọ̀. View tèmi lórí lẹ́tà yẹn ni pé tí déètì ẹ bá ti lapse àkànní láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ rally the mega rally ni.
Okay.
Then àdèmánì láti wà apologize.
Okay.
Because Tama might be mega rally. I want to prepare 1. 2. Declaration 1. Our governor to every one the 16th of Southwest. I'll declare. Come here, one make come up with federal so I'm on that.
Okay, so so you are of the opinion of the view pé àwọn governors tó wà níbẹ̀ ní sìn tẹ́ bá declare wá tẹ̀tù pé federal sí láti wá gbá yín sí ẹgbẹ́ àbí.
Wọ́n á bẹ̀rẹ̀ pé federal.
Okay. À ń gbọ́ yín ẹ má sọ̀rọ̀ lọ.
Wọ́n á bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí pé federal reason ẹ̀ dàbí gbọ́dọ̀ wà strategize.
Okay.
Gómìnà tí ò bá ti sọ̀pọ̀ àwa ọmọ Yorùbá ó gbọ́dọ̀ lọ sí ẹ̀sà. The same thing ọba tí ò bá ti support ọmọ Yorùbá tó jẹ́ Yorùbá ó gbọ́dọ̀ lọ sí ẹ̀sà. So a lè declare Yorùbá nation ká sì máa wà nù Yorùbá land pẹ̀lú àwọn sábòtò àwọn gómìnà wọ̀nyẹn. So reason that we gbọ́dọ̀ wà strategize. So bó ṣe rí nìyẹn there are plans that gbọ́dọ̀ ní before the rally and before the declaration.
All right. Okay. All right. Eshegoni, thank you so much for that contribution. Are you of the same view with my last caller? You can also call in on the number is +44 74 0440 5917. You're watching a live transmission and the question is, ǹjẹ́ Yorùbá náà ní right láti gba ìlú? Ìjọ́ mẹ́ta ló kù tí lẹ́tà yìí máa fi expire. Hello caller, welcome on board.
Ẹ kálẹ̀ ẹ̀gbọ́n mi o.
Ẹ kálẹ̀ sir. Yes sir.
Ẹ ra sa Ọlọ́run máa fún ní okun àtagbára o.
Àmín.
Ẹ jọ word mẹ́ta péré mo fẹ́ sọ.
Okay.
Agbára Ọlọ́run máa rí òkú èèyàn lọ́rùn o.
Okay.
Tí àwọn bàbá ò bá fi lè declare Nàìjíríà lèmi ti ń bá ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ everyday ni mo máa ń gbọ́ program yìí.
Okay.
Tí bàbá ò bá fi lè declare ẹ mú ọmọ Yorùbá tó máa kú ṣá.
Okay.
Ṣé mo bá àwọn ipò iná wọn ní plan left wa bó ṣe wọn tí àbá fi lè ṣe kínní nínú oṣù tàbí ẹmú ẹ má jẹ pàtó yìí látòrí gbogbo àwọn tó ń agitate ọmọ ayégele mi mo wà ní rálẹ̀ tó ṣe ní ayége ọmọ òkè kò tó ní mi. Àwọn olóṣèlú ìkẹdẹ rè tó yẹ pé bó ṣe wà àwa náà ń tẹ̀lé tó ń yẹ wà wò ẹ máa pọ̀ ní pé wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní wà wọ́n lọ pa wá ní. Tá a bá máa kú ẹ jẹ́ ká kú fún olùwà ká mọ̀ pé olùwà la kú fún. Ju pé kéèyàn kan wá máa pa á lọ ẹ má jẹ́ kí n parọ́ tán yìí.
torí meeting táwọn olórí burúkú kan ṣe yẹn wọ́n ti kú rẹ̀wẹ̀sì sọ wọ́n pa àwọn èèyàn ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe mẹ́gà rally tàbí ẹ ṣe tọ́ bá máa wọ̀ nípa gbogbo atọ́ ẹjọ́ tó ọlọ́run ẹlòmíì gan ti kú sára irú ìwé mo yìí máa ní sìn mo kàn gbọ́ program yìí látẹ̀kọ́ ni inú mi ò dùn rárá. ṣé nǹkan mo sọ yìí irú bí ṣe wá nísìn gbogbo wọn ni mo máa ń sọ fún but wọn believe ìgbà táwọn náà máa gbọ́ program kan wọn máa sọ pé ṣé yóò máa ní sọyìn yẹn ni ẹ jẹ́ kó dìkì ẹjọ́ tó ọlọ́run ẹ má yẹ kó bí ẹ̀kọ́ pa wá ẹ má yẹ kó jẹ́ pé hypertension ló máa pa wá mo yẹ wá ní sí ti bá kú wọn àwọn pé yes mo kú fún wọn lẹ́bí mi ẹjọ́ torí ọlọ́run ẹ bá bẹ̀ wọn ẹjọ́ torí ọlọ́run ẹ jẹ́ kó dìkì ẹ yóò máa ní sọyìn èmi pàtó bí fún alẹ́ sí làwọn pé àwọn náà ń ṣoògùn oríṣiríṣi oògùn lọ ṣe àṣàṣì oríṣiríṣi lọ sùn àṣàṣì wọn dẹ̀ ní mú wa ẹjọ́ torí ọlọ́run Mr. Koiki ẹjọ́ ẹgbẹ́ tẹ́mi fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Thank you so much. Let's watch this video before we take the next caller.
About how we've been having this conversation about the unity of Nigeria. And I reflect back at some of the prominent statements made by some of our founding leaders. And I feel that probably this will help us to have a conversation on the Nigerian unity. I just brought forth, not to bore you, first, and I quote, not my statement, Nigeria is not a nation. It's a mere geographical expression. There are no Nigerians in the same sense as there are English, Welsh, or French. The word Nigerian is merely a distinctive appellation to distinguish those who live within the boundaries of Nigeria from those who do not. This is accredited to Chief Obafemi Awolowo, the former Prime Minister of the Western region. The second one, and I quote, it is true that we politicians always delight in talking loosely about the unity of Nigeria. 60 years ago, there was no country called Nigeria. What is now Nigeria consisted of several large and small communities, all of which were different in their outlooks and beliefs. The advent of the British and that of Western education has not materially altered the situation, and the many and varied communities have not knit themselves into a composite unit. This accredited to Sir Amadu Bello, former Premier of Northern Region. The third, and I quote, since 1914, the British government has been trying to make Nigeria into one country. But the Nigerian people themselves are historically different in their backgrounds, in their religious beliefs and customs, and do not show themselves any sign of willingness to unite. The Nigerian unity is only a British intention for the country.
It's only the British intention. I have a new caller on the line. I'll hold you a little bit. Go ahead, caller. You're welcome to the program.
Last caller saw I'm staying in South Africa, but all my I was born and brought up in Nigeria. Yeah. Because I want to I think it should be Saturday. Yeah, Sunday. Sunday, with me, all that girl while I want to politics here. I want to master found to someone with Yoruba nation. No, but Yoruba nation. My own, the Jordan, you only expect it about what they very around. Woman, just for my own. So I want to jet it. Or to think, what I think about town from Lara or one could do. Tinubu fún wọn sọ́ńtà rẹ̀ wá ní òkè jẹ́ kí n gbé fún Gawa jẹ́ ẹ̀pọ̀ Gawa sí ẹ̀ kó tako ẹ̀ ó wá pè mí fídíò kọ̀ ó wá já àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ mi tàtújọ́ lọ skul ó ń polówó Tinubu fún mi gbàgbà ọkàn àwọn náà Yorùbá nation àwọn oníwà má sọ fún mi pé òun ṣe Tinubu òun tún ní Yorùbá nation yẹn no wàá mú kan ni tó bá máa jẹ́ Tinubu kò jẹ́ tó máa jẹ́ Yorùbá nation jẹ́ Yorùbá nation ìgbàgbà ọkàn ṣé mo mọ̀ pé táì tí àwọn fẹ́ lò ní pé tí bàbá bá ti débẹ̀ mo ní tá a ṣe bàbá yín tí Tinubu bá ti débẹ̀ ọmọ àbá declare Yorùbá nation mo ní kí assurance fún wọn mọ̀ pé Tinubu máa débẹ̀ Haúsá ti sọ fún wa pé àwọn ò gbàgbára lẹ̀ èyí dẹ̀ yìí ṣàgídí kí l'assurance pé bàbá tó ní ẹ máa lo 4 years gan mo nínú mi tiẹ̀ dúpẹ́ mi àti àjọṣe kékeré mo ní ṣòmọ́ pé ṣé àbá bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ bí sí mo ní kí ni yàtọ̀ láti mo ní ṣòmọ́ pé mo ní Tinubu tí wọ́n sọ èmi ti rí dáadáa mo ní dáàdi mi ti ṣe rálì fún dáadáa mo ò rí Tinubu mo ti wà Tinubu lẹ́ẹ̀mẹ́ta sẹ́ẹ̀mẹ́rin tó ti wá sórí stage wa báyìí mo ní sọ kí ni wọ́n wá ń sọ ó ní ìyá òun pé mo ní point pé mo ti rí Tinubu pé òun ò ti sáré mo ní bọ̀ ewu ògì tí bọ̀ wọ́n dẹ̀ fẹ́ fún Tinubu mo make sure pé mo screenshot mo kọ ti sórí Facebook mi lá ní ìjọ Sunday yẹn tí mo gbẹ pé ìmájẹ eléyìí fẹ́ kú fún Tinubu kò dẹ̀ rí Tinubu just because of ọ́fíìsì olórí youth leader imagine kí ni yẹn mo wá pé so wọ́n ti promise ẹ̀kọ́ kékeré mo ní sọ nǹkan kékeré tó promise ẹ̀ ló ń jẹ́ kó máa convince àwọn kan tó kù pé kó support Tinubu kó support mo ní sori pé wọ́n á fún mi lẹ́sà pé ìgbà kan ọkàn ní pé àwa a nídìí àwọn olórí bíi Tinubu Ọbásanjọ́ wípé imagine wípé tabana fẹ́ ṣe rálì wípé ṣé wọ́n mọ̀ pé àwọn èèyàn ní power pé tabana fẹ́ ṣe rálì tó Tinubu bá wà bí Ọbásanjọ́ ó ní lè yí tear gas lè yìnbọn ó ní bọ̀ tí àwọn ò bá nírò àwọn èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ mo kàn sọ nǹkan tó ń tọ́jú fóun náà ń gbé mi gbà káàbá láwọn èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ìgbà kan wọ́n máa yin tear gas sí gbogbo wa mo ní tó bá fẹ́ yin tear gas jẹ́ kàn yin tear gas mo ní tó bá fẹ́ support Yorùbá nation bá a support tó bá fẹ́ Tinubu ni lọ support Tinubu ẹ̀ ọmọ ẹni tá à ń sọ àwọn ọmọ igi náà ni o mo ní sọ àwọn ṣorí pé àwọn tó jẹ́ tọ̀dọ̀ tèmi tí mo ṣàlàyé tí mo bá fẹ́láyé bí dẹ̀ ìgbé wọn mo ń ṣorí pé ọ ní kó bá ọ̀gá àwọn sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́sùn pé mi fídíò kọ̀ tí mo ní fẹ́ sọ mo ní sọ èmi dẹ̀ ti bá ẹ sọ mo ní Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ kí Nàìjíríà kó ní Nàìjíríà mo ní tí Nàìjíríà bá ti wẹ́fọ̀n ọ̀mẹ́ tó bá ti ṣe àìsí ẹ̀ ìwọ fúnra rẹ ló máa ṣépè fún bàbá Tinubu yẹn mo ní torí pé a little change tó ń fún yín ló ń jẹ́ kó máa sọ̀rọ̀ ló ń jẹ́ mo ní politician mo ní wòrán mo ní ordinary hospital kò sí ní Nàìjíríà hospital mo ní ordinary iná kò sí ó ní wọ́n ti ṣe náà iná ẹ̀ ti wà òkè mo nígbà tí mo wálé ṣe mo rí náà ó ní ìgbà tí mo wálé yẹn ni mo ní nìsín ó ti ṣe ti bá wálé sí pé mi wálé ìwádìí mo ní kébì wálé mo ti bá wálé mo bọ̀ wálé àbọ̀ wá declare Yorùbá nation mo ní tí bá wá ń gbé flight Yorùbá nation lágége yẹn tí mo gbé kiri mo fẹ́ rẹ́ tó fẹ́ pa mí ládùúgbò tó ẹ fẹ́ pa mí torí Tinubu mo ní mo fẹ́ rí tó bá yẹ pé wà máa jẹ́ kẹ̀ mọ́ pé Agége ló bí mi sí ibẹ̀ lọ bí yá síbẹ̀ lọ bí bàbá mi sí ọ̀gbórí wá wá síbẹ̀.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni, thank you so much. And I think again the view of those that told me is pé they should allow it 2023 and then when it gets there it will sort out the problem. But what they are not saying is on what constitution ló mọ Tinubu máa fi ṣiṣẹ́. And so nobody talks about that.
On what constitution? Mo ní èmi tí mò ń sọ̀rọ̀ ìwọ tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ ìwọ ò lè tún Nàìjíríà ṣe mo ní kò sẹ́ tó lè tún Nàìjíríà ṣe mo ní ọ̀wọ́ constitution mo ní Haúsá ọ̀dẹ̀ lè change constitution mo ní bàbá máa ṣe ń tiẹ̀ mo ní bọ̀bọ̀ wọ́n ń brain wash yín ni náà mo ní kí ló ń ṣe náà ó ṣáà lọ school náà èyí bó ṣáà ló ń bá mi sọ yìí mo náà ń brain wash yín ni kò sí kankan tó fẹ́ ṣe mo ní businessman ni bàbá yìí mo ní bàbá yìí rú Lagos gbogbo property tó wà tó jẹ́ ti government bàbá yìí ó claim ẹ̀ mo ní sọ tó fẹ́ kí bàbá yìí tún lọ jẹ president Nàìjíríà kó tún claim gbogbo property tó jẹ́ ti ìjọba táwa tó tún yẹ pé kémi àti ẹ̀ tún máa manage mo ní okay ẹ mọ̀ kọ́ tí mo sọ mo ní mo mọ̀ pé ọmọ tó bí mo ṣe mọ̀ pé èmi àti ẹ̀ ìgbà tájọ lọ sùn mo ló ń lọ Ṣàngó èmi lọ dairy farm láìgì mo ní ṣe mọ̀ pé government school la lọ mo ní ṣe mọ̀ pé ọmọ tèmi bí ń sìn mo ní ṣe mọ̀ pé private school lọ mo ní mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ọmọ tóun náà bí ń sìn kò lè lọ government school mo ní ṣó ti ń rí bẹ́ẹ̀ mo ní private school lọmọ tó bí náà máa lọ mo ní ṣó kí wàá ní government yìí fún wa ordinary school mo ní mo ní sọ èyí pípì èyí tẹ́ tí wá jẹ́ youth mo screenshot gbogbo ẹ̀ mo ṣe wà pé tó dábìí lòkè kúrọ́ mo post ẹ̀ sórí Facebook mo kọ a lot of things síbẹ̀ mo ní ẹ̀jẹ̀ ti gbàgbé ensars mo ní ṣe èèyàn máa tètè gbàgbé nǹkan mo ṣe tó pé ọ̀pá family ẹ̀ ìwọ ṣe ń support Tinubu mo ṣe ti gbàgbé ensars. Because
of the time, actually, we are calling me. Well, I mean, some of them will agree with us, and not, some of them is not going to agree. There's nothing we can do, but we can continue to educate them. And I think you've done a lot to educate that person. If they are truthful, they will definitely be able to do
spoke for
more.
more than 3 hours, Papa. More than 3 hours.
I'm sure we'll reflect on that.
For more than 3 hours.
Wow, thank you so much. And then for that message as well, which you were able to educate someone, at least you tried, and it's entirely up to them to take the bull by the horn. Eshegoni, that is South Africa. Thank you, brother, and we love you all from that part of the globe. It might be that call took a bit of our time, but people have something to say. We must allow them to say it. Hello, caller.
Hello, White Lion. Ekaleo.
Ekaro. Ekale, yeah. Ati waro.
Láti France.
Okay.
Sherry, ẹjọ́, Sherry, after these 3 days, more to kú fún letter.
Yeah.
Sherry, after the 3 days, after that Buberali. Sherry, kini you are very sick. Sherry, to declare lady. She understand. Sherry, a lot of country. Tí Nigeria bá fẹ́ gbé ẹni ọwọ́ kan, a lot of country máa join wa.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
Still a lot of country máa join wa because there is something. Tẹ́ bá wo dáadáa mo máa rí analysis yìí rẹ̀ pé analysis ni máa ń pọ̀ òkè. Ṣé rí tẹ́ bá wo Nàìjíríà yẹn country tó gbé Nàìjíríà yẹn? Ṣé rí tó bá ti mú Yorùbá wá mú Igbo? You understand? Àwa méjì ta ní resources ta ní wà intellectual ní country yẹn tó ń pè Nàìjíríà yẹn. Àwọn méjì yẹn nìyẹn. So now tó bá ṣe declaration tí everybody jáde pé okay nǹkan tá a fẹ́ lélẹ̀ a lot of country máa support wa because tá bá wò ó sìn many country wọ́n mọ̀ pé kò sí nǹkan tó wà ní north even UK yẹn Britain yẹn àwọn gan máa pa àlẹ́ àwọn gan máa accept at the end of the day because kò sí nǹkan north now. Wọn ò ní sí wọn lẹ́ni tí kò sẹ́ni resources. You understand? So ibi tó mọ Yorùbá bá ti ń lọ many country máa support wa. Ṣé rí mo rí pé èèyàn kan sọ̀rọ̀ èèyàn kan pè wọlé ó sọ̀rọ̀ kan pé àwọn kan máa lọ exile. Ṣé rí gbogbo àwọn ọba gọ́vnà nígbà tó bá rí àwọn country tó ń dìde immediately tó fẹ́ partnership pẹ̀lú Yorùbá àwọn ojú máa ti kò sẹ́ tó máa sọ fún nígbà tó ẹgbẹ́ àwọn ló máa nà bánà yẹn àṣìá yẹn àwọn ló máa nà sókè àwọn gómìnà ló máa nà àṣìá yẹn sókè nígbà tó bá àwọn kọ́ńtì tó ń jáde because àwọn kọ́ńtì pọ̀ tó fẹ́ bá wa ṣe business kò sí kan tá ló fẹ́ bá wa ṣe business kò sí kan tó wà nọ́ọ̀tì náà mo ti gbé Àbújá rí náà mo ti gbé Nasarawa rí náà ní láfíà kò sí kan tó wà gbogbo bẹ́ẹ̀ náà desert ní gbogbo bẹ́ẹ̀.
Ẹ ṣe gan-an.
So gbogbo ṣe rí àwa àti àwọn Biafra àwa tá a ṣe jẹ́ kí Nàìjíríà tó fi ti ń pè bẹ́ẹ̀ Nàìjíríà nìyẹn. Wọ́n sì kọ́nà fún ẹ ní tábà ti ṣe rí declaration yẹn after this rally go declare tábà ti declare ẹ máa ráhùn kọ́ńtì tó máa dìde. Ok ẹwu nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ Ukraine náà káfí Ukraine ṣe example ẹwu a lot of country tó dìde fún Ukraine because many things Ukraine produce. Tó mọ̀ pé okay a lè jẹ́ káwọn pọ̀ a lè fi wọ́n lẹ́ẹ̀kan down káwọn pọ̀ ẹ̀kan finish wọn. So a lot of people kò sẹ́ni jẹ́rí sójà àwọn tó máa dìde fún wa kọ́ńtì tó máa dìde fún wa kò sí sójà Nàìjíríà tá a gbọ́ tó máa rí ammunition tó jáde fún ọmọ Yorùbá kò sí ẹni wọ́n máa padà sí nọ́ọ̀tì ni ọmọ Yorùbá tó bá lè jẹ́ sójà á tètè wálé fún ara ẹ̀ nígbà tó bá rí pé àwọn kọ́ńtì tó ń dìde fún wa kọ́ńtì púpọ̀ tó máa dìde fún wa declaration la need ẹjọ́.
Ẹ ṣé gan-an thank you so much. Ẹ yẹ kí n sáré tún brief wa lórí lẹ́tà tí mo ní èèyàn kan send sí mi and this letter is dated 27 so ẹni ẹ ṣe gba lẹ́tà yẹn lénìí and the letter came from Whitehall Nigerian Unit King Charles Street London SW1A 2 Alpha Hotel and it goes quickly like this. I'm not going to mention the name of the person. Thank you for your email of 25th of August about the UK-Nigeria bilateral relationship. Your correspondence has been passed to the Nigerian unit in Whitehall. Interesting. The UK government acknowledged that the Nigeria and the UK share a long, complex history, including the period of colonial rule that ended in 1960. Today, Our close relationship is underpinned by our Commonwealth membership and our cooperation on economic security matters. As you rightly point out in your correspondence, many Nigerians have chosen to make the UK their home, and these people-to-people ties are also an important aspect of our relationship with Nigeria. Nigeria is a trusted partner of the United Kingdom, but we do not share the views set out in your correspondence that the United Kingdom seeks to interfere with Nigeria's political affairs. Nigeria is an independent, sovereign nation, and the United Kingdom government respects this. Additionally, the question of who Nigerians elect as their next president is a matter for the people of Nigeria, and the United Kingdom government remains neutral and impartial on this matter. Full stop. We also do not share your view that the United Kingdom has engineered instability in Nigeria. So once one disagree, I want to engineer instability in Nigeria for political gain. As Africa's largest economic and democracy, the 20 minutes local program, so I only have 20 minutes to end the program. The United Kingdom government wants to see a stable, secure, prosperous Nigeria, even in the midst of the indigenous people that they put together. Nobody knows each other and everybody is just matched together. Okay? Nigeria that delivers jobs, opportunities for all Nigerians. Recent successful bilateral initiatives, including our Security and Defense Partnership and Economic Development Forum, have affirmed our commitment to supporting Nigeria as it deals with a number of economic and security challenges that stop the country reaching its full potential. They are not talking about the reason why we are not making our full potential because of the indigenous people who march together, but they are saying that it's because of the insecurity and the all kind of problems. If you're calling my other number, you're not going to get through. You only call the studio line, and I only have just about 20 minutes left. Recent successful bilateral initiatives include our Security, Defense Partnership, Economic Development Forum have affirmed our commitment to supporting Nigeria as it deals with a number of economic and security challenges that stop the country reaching its full potential. This work not only responds to the needs of Nigerian people, but it supports UK interests by building the prosperity, security, and resilience of an important partner. We share your concern about the deteriorating security situation across Nigeria, which is having a devastating impact on local communities, including Christian community. The United Kingdom government is committed to helping Nigeria as it tackles its insecurity as part of our Security Defense Partnership. We committed more support to to help Nigeria tackle its security challenges, including police reform, tackling serious and organized crime, counterterrorism. In the Northeast, we provide stabilization, humanitarian assistance to support community and affected by terrorism, and in the Middle Belt, we support local and national peace building initiative to tackle intercommunal violence. The United Kingdom has provided £425 million in humanitarian aid to the Northeast Nigeria over the last 5 years. I'm not sure why they didn't give us in the Southwest almost that same amount of money that those was only in the Northeast, which has reached about 1.5 million people. Thank you again for writing. I hope you find this response useful. I don't know how some of you are saying this in terms of the letter that was sent to one of our comrades in the country that he wrote to the British, and this was what they wrote to him that came from the Nigerian unit. I'm going to go quickly, and I'm not going to allow too much time on the call because I've still got you. Hello, caller. I go straight to the point. Ekaro. Yeah.
Láti Nàìjíríà.
Ekalo sir.
Láti
Yeah.
Ẹ̀kalẹ̀ pẹ̀lú.
Ètò yẹn sir.
Ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo wa focus nǹkan tí a ń gbàdúrà fún Ọlọ́run wa mú wá sí ìmúṣẹ. Àwọn olóṣèlú lè máa sọ pé àwọn fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ bí rally títà wọn ní ọ̀nà ibi tí wọ́n ṣe ń jẹ nìyẹn ìyẹn ò kan àwa tí a fẹ́ gba òmìnira. Èyí easy lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìgbà láti kúrò ní ibi tí èèyàn kan ti di ẹrú. Irú láyé ìgbà kan tí àwọn ọba bá jókòó, èèyàn ló máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ síwájú wọn, wọ́n kásẹ̀ lé. Kò ní easy fún ẹ tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ yẹn láti máa sọ fún kábíyèsí pé ó mà ti rẹ̀ mí. Àmọ́ kábíyèsí tó dẹ̀ ń rí lò, òun náà wò pé ẹrú ni bó bá ṣe wù ló ṣe lè darí ẹ̀. Fúnra wa la máa jà fúnra wa. Bí a bá ní a ò ní jà ní táìmì, a ò mọ̀gbà tó máa wáyé. Tá a bá lè ṣe mistake, tá a bá tún fi lè ṣe another election, a tún ti kó sí another wàhálà odidi ọdún mẹ́jọ míì. So that táìmì ní opportunity fún wa láti gbára wa. A kàn rọ àwọn èèyàn wa kán má rí nǹkan tó wà nílẹ̀ bíi pé àwọn fẹ́ gbẹ̀mí àwọn èèyàn. Tí a ò bá jà, a ò lè rẹ́. Ní òde ni wá kú kan ò lè joyè lé bàbẹ́. Ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo wa ká tú jáde. Bí ọ̀pọ̀ èèyàn bá jáde, ọ̀pọ̀ èèyàn ló ń jẹ́jọ̀ mọ́. Àwọn kan fúnra gan wá bẹ̀rù pé àwọn aráàlú táwọn fẹ́ pa ẹ̀. Ó possible káwọn aráalé àwọn wà ń bẹ̀. Eléyìí gan á jẹ́ kí àwọn bàbá wa tó bá rí wọ́n ṣe tú jáde. Ó possible káwọn náà padà jáde. Kò sí nǹkan méjì tá a need ní ká mọjọ́ declaration. Ọ̀gá Kóìkì, àwa tá a wà ní ọ̀rẹ́ bí, a need bí flag ká lè fi support ìwọ̀n fẹ́ẹ̀ tí a ṣe ń bí. Àyẹ pé mi ò ní contact yín, mo ti pè WhatsApp náà.
Okay, yeah, number contact me. We have a new production going on. We have a new production that is already in the pipeline. So, Oribati and Badele Kato too late to queen any other flags. But the new production, I want to return post on the media and see. I want to phone in the production to Wale, but the new production has been paid for, is in the process, and it will arrive very soon. So hopefully when it comes home, we will probably get through to you, or get back with me after the tomorrow, and then we see what we can do, to try and see. All right, no problem. All right, then we look forward to that. All right, then. I should go on. All right, so that is another caller from there. We probably take maybe one or two more, and then I will start winding down and do my closing remarks. We've done 2 hours, and I want to make sure it's only just under 3 hours. So that means Endobarai Wole and Bishop, I go straight to the point. Caller. All right. I will have to cut it out if we are still holding to that 1.5.
Sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead. Ekale.
Yes, sir. Nǹkan méjì ni mo fẹ́ pèlè lórí ẹ kú iṣẹ́, ẹ kú ètò. One, nípa àwọn tí a ní because ní lọ́dọ̀ tí ìrora ìṣe pẹ̀lú àwọn tí wọ́n bá sọ̀rọ̀. Àfọ́n àtẹ̀yẹ pé àbíkú Yorùbá nation ni wọ́n ń ṣe. Wọ́n á ṣe títí olóṣèlú, wọ́n á dẹ̀ tún ṣe ti Yorùbá nation. In the sense that wọ́n máa sọ pé tí Tinubu tí ó bá débẹ̀ a lè gba Yorùbá nation. Pé tó bá débẹ̀ ló máa declare. Which is not right. It's not right thinking.
Well, I mean, they have the right to their view, but then go ahead.
So, kò yẹ kí gbogbo ìkọ̀kan náà máa dúró sí gbàgbé Yorùbá nation náà fún ẹni gbàgbọ́ Yorùbá nation máa rí gbà. Lọ́dẹ̀ pé Tinubu náà fẹ́ gbàgbọ́ nínú kan rí gbà. Àsìkò máa bá wọn ṣe pé Nàìjíríà wọn kó máa bá wọn ṣe. Aláwọ̀kọ́ ni ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì. Ẹ má bínú o. Kí ni security account yẹn? Ṣé owó yẹn táwa ẹ̀ ti pé?
No, not yet.
Okay, sir. So, èmi wá fẹ́ fi àsìkò yìí rọ àwọn tó bá ń gbọ́ mi tó ń pè láti diaspora in any country tó bá jẹ́ Nàìjíríà. Aláfẹ́ ṣe mega rally, afẹ́ jagun, afẹ́ ṣe gba, afẹ́ ṣàwọn afẹ́ gbára wa sílẹ̀.
Okay, ọ̀sẹ̀ tó náà fẹ́ jagun o. So, I think it's just understatement, but go ahead. Yeah.
Nǹkan tí a lè fi ṣe mega rally yìí fúnra bó ṣe ká aládùn láti máa ń pè àkàkiri oríṣiríṣi program òní owó là lè support wọn. Nínú 1% èèyàn tó wà níbí ló máa tó kò lọlé fún mega rally yẹn. A máa ṣe awareness wa níbí náà ní kọ́tà lè fi ṣe mega rally láti support wọn níbi tó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ gangan which is Nigeria òní owó. ká support wọn pẹ̀lú owó everybody sọ owó kò tí wá kọ̀ máa pè é kàbí lórí program kan máa máa ṣe mega rally jẹ́ ká declare declaration will come from our pocket let us support them let us give them the money this money they are looking on to is nothing if we really want to contribute our time àbí bí owó yẹn máa pé how much is the whole money everybody bá sọ pé àwọn fẹ́ san owó jáde not that we call it but the people fẹ́ sọ nìyẹn.
Thank you so much to the caller there as we appreciate that call. Once again, it's a very busy line, so bear with us. But like I said, we will be ending the program very soon. Okay, this is what I don't want to take. Please, go ahead. We can't afford to be listening to ourselves again. I'm going. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Kajade declare. All right. That's good. Okay. All right. Am I sorry? All right. I'm gonna let him go. Once again, it says what it is. Not everybody will get through, but we are, because I'm gonna wind down very soon. Hello, caller. Go straight to the point. It's Wale.
Hello, Mr. Koiki.
Yeah.
Ẹ kú iṣẹ́ ìlú o, Odùduwà á gbè yín o, lágbára Ọlọ́run. Àgùsí ń kí mọ́mí wa náà, Mrs. Koiki, Ọlọ́run á wà pẹ̀lú yín o, ilé àtọ̀nà yín ò ní bàjẹ́. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, nǹkan tó ní fẹ́ sọ ni pé I have like 2-3 points. My first point is àwọn tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Tinubu. Kán rántí pé Tinubu kó ń jẹ pamọ́ nígbà tí COVID wà ń ta. Kò ẹ́bà kó ń jẹ síta. That means pé kò lè ever declare Yorùbá nation fún yín. Stop deceiving yourself, my people. Secondly, kò sẹ́ni tá a ṣe fún wa, àwa la ní láti ṣe fúnra wa. So let's stand up and fight for our lives. Àwọn Fúlàní Nigerian government wà lẹ́yìn wọn. Ẹ bá jẹ́ ká rò pé ó dìgbà tá a bá tó ní this million of kìíní kan or this billion of that. Kò lè ever ṣẹlẹ̀. Fulani government will now allow us láti transport ìbọn wọlé, láti transport nǹkan tá a ní tí àwọn bàbá wa ní ta lè fi jà. Kí gbogbo àwa tá a bá ní anybody ní ilé kan dìde láti support wa. Let us fight. Tí America àwọn Indigenous àwọn Indian tán ní America tí wọ́n bá mọ̀ pé àwọn tó wá pa àwọn wádẹ̀ gba ilẹ̀ àwọn lọ́wọ́ àwọn I'm very sure lọ́dún náà lọ́hùn. Wọ́n á ti dìde, wọ́n á jà fún life wọn. Wọ́n tó any percentage mọ́ ní America. So let us defend our land. We only have this year. That's all we have. Tó bá ti lè kò ní bọ́ lọ́wọ́ wa o. We only have this year, this 2022. Tó bá ti lè di 2023, ẹ jẹ́ ká gbàgbé ẹ̀. But a lot of àwọn èèyàn padà sọ́dọ̀ àwọn politicians. A lot of àwọn èèyàn láti ẹ̀kú. A lot of kan láṣẹlẹ̀ lórúkọ Jésù. Lágbára Ọlọ́run, lágbára àwọn alálẹ̀ tó tẹ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá dó àgbà ògo wa padà àdẹ̀ rí ògo wa lò lágbára Ọlọ́run. Ẹ ṣeun bàbá mi ẹ kú iṣẹ́ onírẹ̀ lórúkọ gbogbo wa pátápátá láti jẹ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá lágbára Ọlọ́run. Ẹ ṣeun gan wa.
Thank you so much. That was a very powerful and then straightforward one as well there. And we couldn't have said thank you so much to our mother that called there. As we are winding down, I'm gonna say this will be my last call. I will not be able to take any more calls because I have to go now. But the rest assured that I will now be looking at these last 72 hours of this letter. And my next, I had to do this one because we were meant to treat this fully, but tomorrow I will try my best to make sure we can treat this maybe on Niger Voices or probably maybe during my own program. Bishop is a regular. I'm sure you all know him very well. And it's going to be my last call. Emma Binu, if you have not been able to get through tonight, you'll get through some other time. Let's go ahead, Bishop. Good evening, Africa Confidential. I can cite you there and the rest of you. Go ahead, Bishop.
Yeah. Good evening, Kushel, Koiki, at the show. Now, mo fẹ́ respond sí lẹ́tà yẹn tẹ́ ká ní.
Okay.
Tí ó bá ń ṣe pé àwa lórí mídíà ni, mo bá lórí lady yẹn ò pé. I know the person who write the letter is a female.
Yes.
Because I'm following you in the spirit. Now, gbogbo response here,
èké àti irọ́ ni. Gbogbo alámọ̀ ní Nàìjíríà ń bí wípé UK sponsor Nigeria police during the EndSARS. The Nigeria IG said it wípé United Kingdom ni ó ń fún àwọn ní assistance ló ń train wọn. Wípé tí Nigerian House of Assembly gan bá pàṣẹ fún àwọn lórí decision àwọn báwọn ò lè gbọ́ except what UK said. Nígbà yẹn gbogbo á parí pé what is that? Tí UK bá ń command ọlọ́pàá wa, that shows pé Nigeria á ṣèlú mọ́nì ẹ̀ náà. And a dẹ̀ rí gbogbo iṣẹ́ itú tí àwọn ọlọ́pàá tí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ọ̀dọ́ wa nígbà yẹn. Tó ń pa wọ́n kiri, tó ń mú wọn kiri, tó ń gba fóònù wọn, tó ń ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀. Nǹkan tí United Kingdom rán wọn kan ṣe, òun ni wọ́n ṣe yẹn. UK cannot hide and cannot exonerate themselves. We are keeping record of all the atrocities that Nigerian government is doing under the support of UK, and it will be used against them in international court of law. So that they parọ́ sínú lẹ́tà kankan. There are evidence against them. So that is that. Àwọn èèyàn wa, they should go and prepare very well. Torí ìjọba Nàìjíríà wọ́n rán àwọn èèyàn káàkiri ìlú Europe, Belgium and all that, wọ́n train ni wọn láti dojú ìjà kọra wọn kó má ṣọmọ Yorùbá. Then our people should stop being gullible. Tó bá ti gbogbo ohun tá a máa lò láti fi dáàbò bora wa pátápátá gbogbo ẹ̀ ló wà níkàáwọ́ wa. Gbogbo nǹkan ogun táwọn Fúlàní kó wọlé a máa gbà lọ́wọ́ wọn ni a dẹ̀ máa fi dáàbò bora wa. Tó bá ti mú wọn, tó mọ́ tàbọ̀, tó mú ìbọn ọwọ́ wọn, they should stop viewing it on YouTube or calling police. Collect it. We need it. Collect it from them. Ẹ wá òrùka tàbí nǹkan ẹ fi gbá àwọn pípò yẹn dẹ̀ fi wọ́n sílẹ̀ ẹjọ́ máa lọ. Ẹ dẹ̀ gba àwọn nǹkan tí wọ́n kó. Ẹ má máa lọ kámẹ́rà ẹ̀kẹ́ máa lọ pọ̀lọ́pàá wẹ́ tó kó fọ́lọ́pàá. I mean, this is madness. Our people should wake up. Thank you.
Wow. That was our father there. One of ours, Emma Bino. The phone is now on the flight mode, so it's not going to come through if you're trying to call. We still need 209 people for minimum of $100 into the Ominera security account. And I believe there's also some update on that as well in terms of, let's take down all these side clip that we have on our screen. It's been a very powerful one, because when I managed to stumble, because I didn't know about this country called Tuvalu, I just stumbled upon it, and I was shocked, just as probably maybe you are not shocked, that they have a prime minister that represents 12,000 people speaking in front of the United Nations, asking the UN to now also allow another country that is not a member of the UN, known as Taiwan, to be given access to UN. So that shows that by the time that the Yorubas get to the final stage or the push, we will get countries that will probably align with us, and we will also get countries that would not align with us. But if you are all waiting that the UN is going to give us a country, we will wait for a long period of time. United Nations do not give countries. United Nations get involved in crisis. United Nations get involved in humanitarian disaster. United Nations job is to make sure that the world does not become a place that is not governable for its people. We are not just people, we are an ethnic group. And what do we understand by the word ethnic group? That means we have the population, just as Babakintoye said here. We also have we have all it takes to be our own nation. We have the permanent population. We have the defined territory. We can have our own government just as Tuvalu. Tuvalu runs a government with 12,000 people inside, not even up to Mushiolosha, as somebody mentioned during the broadcast. We have the capacity to enter good international relationship, but this international relationship is not going to come up if we are still being known as Nigerians, and we have to be, we have to be factual about that, because what we are still presently being known as today is Nigerian, even though some of us say we're not Nigerians, but the international community does not see it that way. Let's be honest with ourselves. The international community see us as Nigerians because that is what we are. But there will be something that can change that narrative, and everybody knows what that could be, is when we decide we are ready. But I think a lot of us might not understand that the international community have not yet seen us as a country yet. They know that we are being a kingdom, an ethnic group that has we have the permanent population, we have the territory, Jafun territory, Oni territory. We can have our own government because we have people running government across the world, especially here in United Kingdom. When you go to every part of this country, you will see an average Nigerian that is a Yoruba woman, or an average Nigerian that is an Igbo woman, or probably Edo, or Benue, or Benin, or some other part of the tribes that the ethnic groups that the British government put together in 1914. But irota àṣepá fúnra wa ni pé Yoruba nation ni wá, but the world does not see us as the nation that we are talking about. And if we want the world to see us as the nation that we are actually talking, it's not just about Yoruba nation now, no the comment section. No, it has to be a reality. And that reality will only come if we are all ready for it. Some of us are probably not ready. There's no doubt about that. We've seen people calling and they say, let us allow Emilokan or Obi or Atiko to go and do it. Some are doing half-half. I'll do Yoruba Nation in the night. I'll do, politician in the morning, and I'll probably do nothing in the day. But the question we have to be asking ourselves is, if a country like Tuvalu is 12,000 and the world recognize them, gbogbo àgbáyé recognize the prime minister àwọn tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ lórí podium ní United Nations tí kò ń ṣe ti last year àti ọdún yìí tí mo fi wọ̀nyí àbí kí n tó fi wọ̀nyí lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí ká tó máa lọ. Their prime minister spoke. Imagine a country of 12,000 and their prime minister was suited or fóun náà láyè or fún ní time slot because ìlú lòun náà. Wọ́n wá wò pé ìlú kékeré ni kò disrespected. Wọ́n fún ní ààyè bí wọ́n ṣe fún American president láyè kó sọ̀rọ̀. Wọ́n kò lè lo American president kó sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́yìn Brazil according to the tradition. Brazil ló máa ń kọ́kọ́ sọ̀rọ̀. Àwa wá jókòó. Àwa ni Yorùbá nation now lórí social media. Àwa ni àfi ready fún declaration. À ń sọ pé torí pé àìtí ní gbogbo nǹkan láti fi ṣe ìta máa fi pera wa ní ìlú. A fi get it right to the fullest. It's good that we get it right. There's nothing wrong in that. But we cannot get it right because we don't have access to some things that we will be able to get it right. And if we are looking for everything to be right, all we're going to be doing is this conversation, just as people have done so before for 30 years of the restructuring. Some might say, we're going too fast. Let's get it perfect. There's nothing wrong in that. If we lose this opportunity, it will bite every single one of us. Some of us will probably, just fade away, while some would have to pay a heavy price for that. If Tuvalu, a country of just under 12,000, is able to have his own passport, nobody in this world can tell us we cannot own our own passport. Nobody in this world should be able to tell us that we are not ready. Nobody should tell us that we should remain as one Nigeria because that favors them, but it does not favor us. A mega rally will come true. Chief Sunday Adeyemo confirmed that again with me yesterday because we are now on the 28th of September 2022. When I spoke to him, he told me IGBOHO is coming soon. Nobody knows the date for the mega rally, but it is not about a month away. It's just about days and weeks away. It will be announced. We will come out. We are not coming out to fight. We are not coming out to destroy anything. We are coming out to demand that the world recognize us as the people that have been there before 1900 when the British government came. It is not going to be a one day. If anybody's telling you that there's not going to be a mega rally, go and tell them that Chief Sunday Adeyemo IGBOHO says a mega rally is coming. And we should all go and prepare for that. Professor Banji Akintoye, I've confirmed that there will be rally. There's no doubt he's not going to come out and say there's not going to be any more rally. He has said that there will be rally. There might probably be a lot of wrangling there, wrangling there. Mrs. Onitiri have said there will be rally. The three of them agree that we should go for a rally. Tuvalu is just 12,000. Yoruba, 30 million. We can still be a country. 5 million, we are more than Tuvalu. So if Tuvalu is a country, there's no doubt in my mind that the Yoruba nation cannot be a country of its own. Thank you so much, Adekunle. And on that note, this is how we're going to end it. Ijebu-Ode rally, or Ijebu Parapo, as they call it. I call it Ijebu-Ode, but Ijebu Parapo. It's coming up on Friday. If you want to help them, 080-7853-6810, Mrs. Bali Olayemi, or 08152421212, Olashewu, Yoruba Lohunmi TV. And or you can reach out to me and I will get the message to them. Èèyàn wa tó sick yẹn tí mo sọ fún yín is still in the need of help. And the help needs to come through quickly so that it can get a bit of treatment. Sometimes a lot of people that are watching us that come to me through the back end and they say, we need help. I have to say that I wish I have that we can give you. We don't have, but that's why we are saying, Tabagbaluwa, there will not be all these, only 5,000 there, FME 10, FME 5, more sick. All this is not going to happen. I understand. You all say koikimedia as wow, probably maybe there will be a lot of money in my bank account and I can give out. I don't have it. But we also rely on the donors on the platforms, to support. We need to get help for this young man. Well, he's not a young man, but this man, he needs help. And it's really, he believes that since, he has reached out to me, we should be able to help him. He's one of our warriors. He needs help. And this is why we are asking sometimes. I get frustrated because when you look at the whole structure, do we have the organization? Who do you talk to? The people on the ground that are working, they need the support, they need the services. And I guess we cannot get it perfect. My name is OLAMILEKAN. No time to check time, mega rally, no time. It's going to come. There's no doubt in my mind about that. If you are still having a doubt that IGBOHO is coming for that rally, you will wake up one morning and you will see that IGBOHO is already leading the rally. Are we all going to come out? Is the question. 5 million people on the street of Yoruba land, every part of Yoruba land, the world will recognize that we are ready to have our nation. We are ready to have our own support from those relationships that we will have with them. What about the politicians at home? Is the question that a lot of you will ask. When millions of people say enough is enough, the politicians have no more say. Buhari is just one, just as Nigeria is just one. Nigeria cannot stop what and who we are as people. The Fulani cannot stop us as who we are as people. We are the one to tell them that we are ready. And if we are not ready, Muriembe Walata. And if we are not ready, I believe we are ready. So Thank you so much, Ibitamari Moni, the Ale. Emma Bino, I've been so busy in the last 48 hours. That's why I was unable to come out, after my last broadcast with Baba Arole 1010 on Sunday, which was a fantastic program. We will continue. Our team are working around the clock back home. We are pushing them to the brims. They're moving around very, very dangerous roads and all that. But this is the job that they say they want to do with me, and I can only appreciate them. I can't be in Nigeria, and do that. So I have to have people that are doing it. So when you hear koikimedia bringing the world closer to your doorstep, it's because of your support. If we don't get those support, it could be very difficult. But those support are coming in. We're trying our best. I can now almost confirm that the flag that we used in the UK mega rally will be launched during our mega rally in Lagos. We confirm to you, and it's already ready for the mega rally. I'm talking about that big flag that was used in London. That flag is now Yoruba land. Have a very good morning. My name is OLAMILEKAN. If you'd like to support us, get in touch, and then we will tell you how you can support us. For those of you that want to support this young man that is sick, reach out to me, and I'll make sure we can get him back on his feet. He's ready to be on a full scale when he's back on his feet, doing what he does best for the Yoruba people. Remember, we cannot afford to lose one person at this junction. We need every one of them, especially some of you that are not ready to go home. Let's support them so that we can get them fit, ready to go into the mission. We're going to support towards the flag. Thank you so much. We have about another 1,500 in production as I speak right now. Somebody sent, I think, another money. I'm going to put that in again tomorrow. So we're still going to need more. If we get money, we will do more. So those of you at home, Mr. Koike, I need the flag, I need the flag. If I don't get the money to do production, I cannot do anything than to say I'm sorry. So that's about it tonight. Bye for now. And let's hear our final one from, I'm sure you know this person that we're going to bring on. Have you seen him? You don't see IGBOHO. You don't see IGBOHO.
ìran ọmọ Yorùbá ọlọ́pọlọ pípé ọ̀mọ̀wé ń bẹ àgbẹ̀ ń bẹ iṣẹ́ ọnà ń bẹ kákó ni mọ́ra kákọ́nilé kákẹ́ni sí káfàrọ̀ tútù tó lè kú lápò òwe bá wí òwe yìí lọ. Òwe ìwúrí ọ̀rọ̀ bá sọ àkàlò èdè ńkọ́ ibi gíga. Adéwálé lè fún wa ibi gíga ọjọ́ ibi gíga oṣù bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o iwájú lójúkú ń gbé òkè níjọ òkè ẹ̀yà kan òkè.
Masipé
life is so funny. You come with nothing, then fight for everything, and later leave everything and go back with empty hand. And God is powerful.
Everyone, Washiri Wanata, good hour. Bye for now.